Thrushmoor. It's a quiet town in southern Uslav on the banks of Lake Incarthen. Hardly a memorable thing about it up until recently. The city's citadel fell silent. The guards all disappeared. Then, of course, there was that business at the asylum. The accountsmen showed back up. They're an odd bunch, enforcers and performers. Researchers, magical scholars. And a new man with them, too. They were sent in there by the Count, though he's disappeared these days, too. He abdicated his throne, left his manor atop the hill. Who knows what fate Thrushmoor will face now? But I have a feeling these folk have a steady hand in it.
So we open up with Easy's just on the floor. I'm my heart is both broken and pierced. I'm watching Reese leave. My life of 2 weeks is flashing before my eyes. Looking up at the starless night and just kind of glad the nightmare is over, worried that my friends are not going to be all right, and then slowly fades.
You were just left there. I mean, certainly assumed that, and what happens afterwards, we don't know. We haven't touched on yet. But last week, when the curtain fell, you, as you said, heart both broken and pierced, alone on the ground, desperately fighting this unconscious struggle for your life, which you did thanks to a very, very needed natural 20.
I got a 1 on that dice last time. What the?
Which you did survive.
It was feast and famine.
So for now, all we know is that Easy in Old Chapel alone with both Reese and Melisson, what sure seem to be two the high-ranking leaders of this cult you were all once a part of, is alive. Anything more than that, we'll find out. Elsewhere in Thrushmoor, on the far side of town, out to the west, towards the Stain, towards the Silver Wagon, towards the bars, the taverns, the restaurants. 3 of you were the last ones other than Reese and Melisson to see Easy, as he took Reese's hand and followed her through the wooden wall of a building like it was a portal, just simply jumping into the flat surface and disappearing. Trey, having attempted to chase down one of the assassins that had leapt upon you,
Probably pulling my spear out
literally
of a
right
wall.
behind him as they jumped through the wall, and you just met solid wood. Yeah, the point of your spear embedding itself in the side of the building. And before we go any further, let's go around briefly and reintroduce our... I don't know if I could... Usually I say heroes, but I don't know if that's really fitting for this group.
So Kevin, I play Easy, just a regular human bard, not a hero, just
Perfectly average
dying
dude.
on the ground, alone in the dark.
Oh, you're over here now.
Huh?
You're over here now.
Oh, I'm on this side. Yeah.
You're back in your seat.
Yeah.
Welcome. We missed
welcome
you.
home. Yeah.
What? You
passing
passing notes?
notes.
What is this?
Ah.
Oh.
Pass.
It's to Kevin.
Don't die.
What?
Oh.
Do
Miss
you like
too,
me?
buddy.
Yes, no.
Maybe.
What is this? Pass those across the table.
I was passing
Yeah,
notes to him last session too.
Okay. I'm Sully, and I play Cammy, an itty-bitty gnomish witch, currently coughing up large amounts of black, gooey phlegm.
You're having a great time over there.
I'm Derp, and I play Trey Huglum, a big ol' 6'4" hobgoblin fighter in full plate with an intimidating breaching pike, who currently has put a few holes in the wall trying to chase down the weird guys in masks.
I'm Colby. I play MD, a 6'8", half full. I keep saying half orc, full orc.
It's very automatic. It's rare we get the
I
full
know.
orc experience.
Full-blooded orc covered in these ritualistic scarred tattoos. Fist currently in a wall. Well, a second earlier, filled with anger. Now he's just back to calm.
I'm Marcus. I play Marius Greyfall, a dwarf ranger who's now a ghoul.
We're just going straight with it now.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
we're not dancing around this anymore.
Unlike Hammy, I'm recovering from coughing up regular mucus and phlegm.
Yeah, this one is poison.
Tis the season, unfortunately. And I, the Game Master AJ, Squiddish, as many of you know me, director of the wonderful Fate. All of our friends here have been meeting these last couple
I didn't
of
think
weeks.
about this.
I'm looking pretty good. Which is weird because I spend hero
You
points.
literally try.
Wait.
You try your hardest to gain stress, and you're consistently the lowest. On
I want to
think-
say right now, we didn't see him drop. So.
Yeah,
no,
if anything, we should get a roll to
You
lose
certainly
stress
have
because that's
no
a peaceful
idea.
ending.
what happened. But let us start here on the other side of the table with Marius, who we haven't seen or heard anything from in several days now in Thrushmoor. He'd gone down to the Sleepless Agency to investigate something for us himself and never returned, and when we went asking after him, Lady Rent said he had left already, supposedly to go meet back with the party. Some days later, whatever it is that you have been up to in these past few days, a mystery, as much an unknown as Easy's current fate. But what we do know is that these events, this fight we had on our last episode, this just happened in the streets. It was a brawl that was over as quickly as it began. The assassins had appeared and vanished within the span of a minute. But the sounds of battle are unmistakable, and the sounds of your new companions' cries of battle and cries of pain equally unmistakable. Something you would certainly have picked up on as you made your way through Thrushmoor.
Yeah.
What do you do?
At this point, I would be coming kind of back into town, having kind of left for a little bit
Things.
for things. Just hashtag just cool things.
Dual sabbatical.
A little swirly font.
Just ghouly
Just ghouly
things.
And so I'd be coming back into town, you know, with my fancy hat on, just trying to appear normal, and you know, trying to find them. I would assume that things would have been going fine, but hearing the sounds of fighting, I would know that it's time to hastily move in that direction.
The three of you left in the street here, whatever state of wounded or poisoned or injured you're currently in, equally to you, this has been begun and over in the blink of an eye, in a matter of seconds, from nowhere. You were on your way to dinner without a care in the world, a moment of calm. It had been a day of peace. You had been, well, normal. And then this. And as the sounds of this fight fall, you look around, you see a couple of various townsfolk down different parts of the roads, around corners, scurrying away, peeking through door frames, through windows. Some peering at this fight, most just trying to get as much distance as they can, immediately bolting away from whatever this is, save for one figure you would see beating feet down the road towards you. You have not seen in quite a few days. As you are recovering this disguised dwarven form of Marius, I imagine the same form that he'd been in when last you saw him, with his hat perched on his head, comes rushing up to the group. How's everyone look out of you three? How are you? Obviously, Cammy is literally retching and hacking this thick green paste that seems to hit and solidify almost like a plastic on the ground as she coughs it up. What about you two?
Bruised.
I got stabbed by a rapier twice, so not great, but not dying. Like
All
just a little bit of blood.
Like 3 times.
all definitely a bit injured, some worse than others.
Oh my god, are you guys okay? What happened? Where's Easy?
Hey, look,
Where were you?
he's still alive. That's great news.
Yeah, he and his girlfriend skipped town, apparently. They're leaving.
Yeah, he's out of it. So
Okay. Alright, is this a fight? What just happened?
It was a fight. It's
Oh.
over now.
Easy's girlfriend tried to kill Cammy.
You can see the street around them is slicked dark with blood, clearly from several very severe blows from rapiers, from short swords, from their blades, from his blades. Both of their weapons slick with blood as well.
I'm sorry that I left. I'll explain later, but we need to. I assume we need to get you out of here and try to get you all patched up.
There's no threat now.
And they left. They got what they wanted.
I think we do need to go sleep somewhere other than the house, though. Medicine might send someone else to finish the job, and they know where we're staying.
For what it's worth, we could use the church.
We could use the church, yeah.
Cammy would kind of like make a face and then just sort of eye Marius, not say anything.
Oh, right.
Love the church.
Is Winter still there? Or?
It's getting harder to cover for you.
The winter's missing. We could also, if we feel like trekking out of town, go to the old cave. Recently vacant.
Marius, as you look around this scene a little more, still just kind of trying to. This is as sudden for you now as it was for them last week. You would notice that trails of this blood lead out in a couple of directions where the assassins had retreated previously, and footsteps rushed in from those same plains to walls of buildings. Almost every face into an alley around us adorned with one of those chalk frescoes of those strange cityscapes. They're surrounding you more than you've ever seen, like, and we've only seen them scattered, like one on a wall here, one across town, 3 of them all together surrounding the party.
Let's just get out of here for now.
Yeah, go back to the house, get everything we left there. I'll run to see if I can't get provisions for us. We'll meet back
Change your
up.
disguise again, so we don't have to answer any questions to Winter.
Okay.
Something as easy as a thought for you. Just picture a new image in your mind, and there it is. As the group of you cancel your evening dinner plans to hurry back to your cottage.
Hungry and
Do you have a
Yeah,
nice
hot
reservation?
dogs.
Well,
thought it was
we
Taco
went
Bell.
out to get food
I
was fed
and then got ambushed. So no reservations.
Some of you heading to get provisions, some of you hurrying back to your cottage to gather what's left of your things to very hastily move to find somewhere else. Let's move somewhere else. Over to the old chapel on the east side, a little bit out of Thrushmoor proper. Easy, for a moment, you almost had this out of body experience. You felt yourself go somewhere else from this cool courtyard in the old chapel to that strange vast expanse, that black horizon in the distance. And for the moment, you had your life flashing before your eyes. Probably happens really fast when it's like 2 weeks.
Even faster than, or they say that it's like a second. It's even
Just like a few minutes.
Barely even notice it's happening.
like
Like
3
like
frames.
3 panels of animation.
It's just a blink.
You,
Oh my gosh.
for a moment, are almost peaceful. The pain, the fear, any regret washes away as this just pallid acceptance comes over you. It feels like it's the end. But then everything comes rushing back, focused on that sharp, almost blinding pain in your back. And your eyes shoot open, still on the hard ground, in that overgrown grass and those little dirt paths, exactly where you were back in the side of that courtyard. You can tell by the light that some time has certainly passed. An hour, maybe 2. You don't have a great view of the sky around the walls of the old chapel around you, but you are awake.
I don't hear like voices in the other room or nothing.
I mean, the courtyard's some 30 feet across, and the only door that leads into the building is closed, so from here, no. The only thing you can hear is a light whistle of the wind blowing over the top of this enclosed chamber.
Okay, so I'm not. Okay, it's an enclosed outdoor courtyard. Or?
Yeah, it's from.
Oh, but like the roof is open.
Yeah, there's not a roof
Okay.
on this. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's just kind of surrounded by
By
walls.
walls.
It's open to the sky.
Does it seem scalable? Like, can I climb the walls?
Possibly. It's walls. Do you think that help you climb it? Because it'd be pretty tough to just do it. It's definitely not impossible, but they are just stone and wooden walls. There's not.
Am I in the courtyard that leads to the summoning room?
No, you're in the courtyard on the other side, the empty one.
Oh, the one we looked at and was nope.
Yeah, the one that only seems like it has a single. The only way that you know of here is that doorway that leads back in the central area, back into that big chamber you found the that star vampire, that tentacled beast.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna slowly get up.
As soon as you start to move, your entire body racks with a shock of pain from this wound still in your back, and
I'm gonna cover my mouth.
your vision goes hazy for a moment, and you realize the knife is still embedded in your back. And every time you move at all,
That contracts.
blade rubs against something.
Okay. I don't know a lot about medicine, but I know what I've seen Cammy do. Do I know if it's a good idea to try to pull it out and stuff it with mud? Or
Oh, don't reference me on this.
It does seem like it is going to be almost impossible to even stand up without removing it, just because it's wedged right in your back, right between the ribs, straight into your heart. You don't know how bad it's going to be if you take the knife out, but you're pretty much able to move with it in there.
okay. I'm gonna. Okay, when you're in a jam, you need a hand. I'm gonna summon an unseen servant.
Make me a flat check.
Okay. 10.
Okay.
Uh,
You it's hard. You grit your teeth, fighting through the pain, trying to do what you need for this incantation. You don't have your violin with you. You don't. I mean, you brought it, but you don't see it. It occurs to you it's the only thing that seems to be missing. So you have to do it the traditional way. With a 10, you successfully get the spell off.
Okay. So I don't see my buddy, but I'm like, hey, okay, pal, I'm alone here. I just need some help. I'm gonna ask you to just pull it out, and I'm gonna be ready with the mud. And if I pass out, just try and, I don't know, press on it or something. I'm talking to an invisible person.
Unseen Servant's got what, 5 pounds of force?
5 pounds can pull a knife out.
Pressure on the wound, that's
5 pounds of pressure, though.
It's 1/2 of my dog. That's not a lot of pressure.
Just putting a book on top or something.
It's like a dinner plate. Here you go.
They say light
Right.
pressure.
You feel the blade start to slide, start to cut its way back out. Make me a fortitude save.
Okay. I'm ready with the mud. Okay, 15 plus 10, 25.
Okay. Solid.
I don't black out.
With a 25, this is... We've talked often about how Easy has lived a wonderful life of not ever taking any damage and, and being
And
the
then
guy
I
who
take
doesn't
all
get
the damage.
targeted by anything until he takes all of the damage at
That
once.
wasn't damage.
This continues to be true.
That was straight to die.
You...
Effect.
Yeah.
This may very well be, even 2-week memory span notwithstanding, even if you had your full life's worth of memories, the sharpest pain you have ever felt. It's unimaginable for a moment that lingers for what feels like an eternity. And then it's out. And you're ready with the mud immediately.
I press and I just hold.
Just reach back and get it in there and take a moment to staunch it as well as you can.
Rub some dirt in it. It'll
You
be
see
okay.
this knife, the whole of its blade, just blood red, dripping, just hanging in the air, held by your unseen hand. Dropping your blood onto the dirt next to you.
I'm like, okay, put that away. I can't see this.
It just lays it down on the ground.
Yeah, and then I do I feel like I need some help? Like I
You
need
have
some help.
1 hit point.
Okay. That's kind of it. I'm gonna.
Let me stop you there.
I'm just gonna sing myself just an old little tune, just like everything's gonna be all right. Sweet little birds.
He's singing a breakup song right now. That's what he's doing.
And then I'm just gonna do a level 3 soothe. I'm gonna do 3d10. I get that blood back.
Smart. Understandable.
Sing the frog song.
Pretty
Sing the frog
Only the frog
song.
song can save you now.
Okay. That's a 10. That's a 6. That's a 19 plus 4.
4 per level, so 12.
19 plus
So 31?
12. 31. All right.
Oh,
so I'm at
come
30,
on.
Your health.
32. And do I roll stress?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Why
this entire
did
Wait,
you
hold on.
ask?
Does he? Does
No,
he?
Soon's good
Oh,
stress.
okay. I thought for a second I was like, what?
Does he roll stress for getting stabbed in the heart?
12. Eee.
Easy.
I got.
Who would have imagined stress would go down from this situation?
Well, there's a certain clarity with the breakup.
Yes, and such is the power of magic. You're from the very brink of death, almost delirious, to not just, like, literally feeling 32 times better than you did 6 seconds ago, but also this magically enhanced, like, it's literally a calming effect. It's soothe. It does what it says on the tin. And it's almost, again, just peaceful for a moment.
Okay. Well, it's as good as time as any. I'm gonna be like, well, in the dead of night, I flight, not fight, and I'm gonna go invisible.
Fair enough.
And I'm gonna.
Probably smart. Good spell.
Yeah, I'm gonna sneak into that room and see if I can try to get out of here.
So you make your way across the courtyard, standing up, soothe, healing, definitely the superficial injuries, but still a lingering soreness, and every step of your left, a little bit of a dull pain just kind of radiating through your body. You step over to the door and slowly open it. And peeking around, seeing if the coast is clear, you see it is about the most unclear it could possibly be. As both Reese and Mellison are still in this room. Reese is laying prone on the ground next to the table in the center of the room, some like 15 feet out from the door. And Mellison is kneeling on the ground next to her. An unrolled leather kit with a bunch of simple medical supplies, calipers, a bit of like a stitching wire and some needles and little hooks clearly tending to the really pretty severe wounds that you guys had given to her during that battle.
So you're non-lethal wounds.
Very non-lethal wounds.
Well,
Didn't start off
it
non-lethal.
started not.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it did
that
not
way.
start there. The first gratuitous stab was very much not non-lethal. That spear went into and out of Reese. You
I think I got her twice before I knocked her mask
got a
off.
couple of solid hits in there before you guys switched to non-lethal. Even with the non-lethal, just the amount of raw damage is significant. She was pretty hurt. Fortunately for you, this wooden door opens near silently. And what little noise its hinges may have made was muffled by the sound of their conversation, which we'll come back to in a moment.
We get to be the conversation.
Back, yeah, you just make it up. Just tell me. Back in Thrushmoor proper, as you split up to quickly prepare your things, as you said, some of you grabbing your supplies, your belongings from the cottage, MD heading out of town to grab some provisions, some food, some things to go to ground with at the hideout if you need to. Where are you going? A couple of ideas were floated. Where's your goal? Are you going to the church? Are you going to the cave?
I think we go to the cave.
I was thinking the
Don't
cave.
involve anyone at the church in this.
Then we would find the four of you an hour and a half, 2 hours later, back up the shore out of Thrushmoor.
A solo boat.
Back up the coast out of Thrushmoor.
Okay,
Guys, we got a boat.
MD having stolen a small rowboat from one of the docks that was tied up there. Unguarded and a little too laxly protected. You know, they need the nautical version of a bike lock. Maybe would have helped there. But
They put the
It's
chain
really
over
their
a
fault.
pole that has
just lifts it up.
I carved into the dock where it was IOU.
We would find the four of you paddling this boat with what little all of you have back up towards the mouth of Daradella's cave, landing on this small little beach.
I imagine out of a little bit of guilt, I'm paddling extra hard to try to make up for everybody else's injury.
Lion's share of the physical labor being done by Marius here.
Guilt paddling.
Please forgive me, I'm paddling harder.
As you land, you would see that everything is exactly as you would left it. The tangled heap of the vine creature that had attacked you when first you arrived here, still just massed and matted in the mouth of the cave. You head inside and you still, Cammy especially, smell that coppery tang of blood and see that slick across the floor where the scythe had struck you primarily. That's your blood, still there long since just dried and
Got me a
stained
little.
Which
into the
now I
rock.
can distinguish from other bloods, canonically.
You just
Yeah,
lean
if
down,
you
give it a
lean
little.
down, give it a good sniff. You can do that. And you have a cave. You have a large open space Daradel had used for her lab, for her experiments, and you have two smaller little chambers off to the side, one of which does still have a small little bed in it. It's definitely not big enough for MD or Trey to sleep comfortably in.
We put Cammy in the safe house. That's the safest room in this entire place anyway, so...
What kind of forest is this?
Is that the question you expect me to have an answer to?
Are there pine trees?
I'm sure, probably.
Then I
If
can
we were
make
in
a bed.
Minecraft, what
Like-
is it? Spruce?
It's a regular. I don't know. It's a regular. I'm not a freaking. What do I
There's
like
the
a
new cherry
woodsman? I'm
blossom
other
one.
types of
I
forest.
can't-
It
picked
matters
up-
because
It's-
with a pine tree, you can make a pine needle bed and sleep somewhat comfortably.
I picked up probably sleeping rolls for provisions. I picked up provisions.
He got some provisions, and you.
Do you guys not have an explorer's backpack all the time?
No, we don't.
Oh my gosh.
We woke up with nothing.
You would have.
We were
you would
gonna
have
get
bedrolls. You would have bedrolls that MD would have brought. So like each of you would have something to sleep
And
on.
there we go.
Uh,
I don't need the pine trees.
you wouldn't need to worry about that, but that is about what you would have. That and some food stuff that'll keep for at least a week.
Acting still like the child who's done something bad and is just trying to be extra behaved to make up for it. I want to kind of use my nature skills to go out into the forest to try to find some
Pine trees.
some pine trees or really any herbs that I
important
think
to
would
us.
I could burn that would smell nicely to probably make the cave smell a little nicer.
Sure, give me a survival check. There's some dice in here. We play dice games because they're funny sometimes.
Is that what these are for?
19. 8 in the die for 19.
Oh, I'm with the 19. You're perfectly capable, and you've spent way more in the woods around way more time in the woods around Thrushmoor than anybody else at this table has. So it would not be difficult for you to find some simple herbs and thrush that you can burn. It's not exactly incense, but I mean it's pleasant
Potpourri.
enough. Potpourri is probably a better comparison. Something that you could bring back that would be something. The slightest amount of homey, at least.
And if there's still any remnants of the dead things, then I'll push it out to the water.
While he's doing that, MD's going to kind of take some of the noisy things that Daredevil kept and string up kind of like a little alarm trap at the entrance of the cave where that tripwire was. Restring it, but this time it just makes a bunch of noise when it tripped.
Just an alert.
Yeah. He's very on edge right now.
Now, in the main cavern here, there is a visible hole in the roof because this is a cave that goes into this steep embankment on the coast, and there was a spot where roots dangle down and leaves tumble forth, and by now the sun is ready to set, but the last little dying bits of sunlight still illuminate in from this part of the ceiling, leaving about a quarter at this point of the cave not in darkness. Yeah, but there is. I'm saying, but there is a second.
There's a second hole.
Entrance if someone knew of it.
Well, I know someone who knows of it.
Anyways,
The question is, does she know that we're here yet? I guess we'll just wait and see when we get stabbed in the neck.
well, Easy's not here, so she has no way of tracking us.
If we get enough pine trees, we could plug that up.
How big is that?
I will only let you blind with pine trees. No other form of wood will work to staunch this hole. It
Just
has
like
to be
a
pine.
giant cork.
You said not any form of wood. Could I
It's
use my
perfect.
stone crafting skills to build like a little chimney
Yeah,
over
he's
it?
a dwarf.
Absolutely, dwarf man. Give me a crafting. We're doing dwarf stuff here.
He's been gone for
He's
like 4
making a
sessions.
house.
21. 12 on the
Minecraft.
die.
So you came in and made the Minecraft reference, and he is literally just building his little cave house.
Can you
here.
guys
Punching
maybe a
some
little
trees
mantle?
You would be able
Where's
to,
the furnace?
to go around, and
Bookcase.
it surprisingly takes you a bit of effort to find this hole from the surface. It's something that you could definitely just step and fall through if you didn't know about. It's completely covered by like thrush and roots from the berm of a large tree, almost completely covered from view until you're about right on top of it. But that makes it relatively easy for you to cover it up entirely, to use some stone and some branches to support it enough that someone could just walk right over it and be none the wiser that there was any kind of an entrance.
What
there
I
at
would have
all.
wanted to try to do is like, I don't know, like just leaving a hole for air and ventilation, but still covering it up so that somebody couldn't get in or step on it.
Okay. So just making it even smaller and more obscure than it already
Yeah.
is. Also easily done for you. Tiny holes.
Can't get in.
sized.
Alrighty then. So, what's the plan? What do we do?
Go to sleep. Deal with the guards,
Do we,
preferably in the morning.
do we stay here? We could just leave. Be like easy.
Is he really not? Like, did he mean that?
What,
Pretty sure, yeah.
leaving? It's probably the best thing you can do.
Did he say he was leaving?
He took her hand and they left together. They're gone. Who knows where they're at? Who knows where those stupid chalk drawings lead to? You'll be fine.
When I was last here, we were told about the plan to try to kill Cammy, right? So, what happened to that? Is he's Easy's going with
I think
Reese now?
Easy and Reese are skipping town.
They're running away together. Reese was apparently all of our friends back when we were capable of having friends, I guess. I don't know. She gave us a chance to leave. And Easy went with her. So,
It's entirely possible that
I mean,
we can't just leave. The plan's still to kill Cammy, who says they won't come after us.
well, You're right.
And if Easy was trying to get in the way, how do you know they're not going to try to hurt him or anything?
Reese, you wouldn't hurt Easy.
Fair enough.
Meanwhile,
they're married.
elsewhere,
They are relationship
as you
goals.
are far now to the north of Thrushmoor, I guess not far, near a mile up the coast, out in Old Chapel to the east, what would be about the same moment. Easy slowly opens this door to the main chamber and sees Reese and Melisson in the other room. Immediately from this distance, you can hear they're making no real effort to hide their conversation. They don't need to. Who would overhear them? You hear Reese speaking from her back on the ground. You can see that her armor is just sort of heaped up to the side, and that she has been wound about with a pretty thick amount of bandages around her chest all the way up and across her shoulder as well. And that she's got something almost like a thick square poultice strapped to the side of her face that's towards the door also. There's more than that, is what I'm telling you. It's not really that simple. They don't remember, but they're the same people. Trust me, Medicine. I talked to him time and time again trying to find something, and there is something there. Just because they don't remember who they are doesn't mean they aren't who they are. And Melison's reaching down to this roll and grabbing a small round tin of something and dabbing at it with a few fingers and just touching it. Reese, I know that you were close to him. I know that this is hard. I understand that. But you know what I do. You know what I can see. You know the connection that I can make just looking into someone's eyes. And I tried the same with Edelmay. There's nothing there. It's not just their memories, it's their entire personality. It's who they are. That's our memories make us. Like, there's some base level instincts, some, I guess, bottom of the human condition, but beyond that, it's what we've been, choices we've made. That's what makes us. And without that, they're not the same people. They're barely people at all. I can't see their minds. Sure, I can't read minds. But I can talk to people, and they're definitely people. Like, Medicine, what? First of all, and she kind of tries to like roll over a bit and stops and like tenses up and shudders and sucks air in through her teeth, and Melisson just kind of puts her hands out like, stay still. This is going to take some time to heal. You don't want to make it worse. First of all, thank you for helping me. But we're not just moving on from why you're here in the first place. How can we trust each other? How can we do anything together? How can we make any of this work if you have so little faith in me that you would get inside my head to see what I'm planning to do and come here to stop me? Did you not trust me? What do you think I was going to do? Melisson immediately, what would you have done? I don't know. But you should trust me to figure it out and make it work. I wouldn't have done anything that would endanger the joining.
Everyone's got books to do with.
And Melisson just kind of nods. I know. And I trust you with that. I do. But I know how close you are with Martin, how close you were with Martin. The same reason we can't take any risks with them, I don't want to take any risks with you, Reese. I simply came here to make sure nothing went wrong. To make sure I made the right decision. What? To make sure everything still works the way you want it to go. Is that what it is? No. To make sure you're okay. And she just kind of sits back and puts the little tin down and sort of tilts her head back a little. And Easy, at this point in the door, what are you doing?
Well, I'm listening to all this, and honestly, I'm a bit afraid if I try to sneak past, Melisson will like detect my thoughts or something. I don't know what she can do, so
She's a witch.
I think I've heard a good amount of information. Back a little bit out. How tall are these walls?
Back to this.
Because I have an unseen servant, I could just help me.
5 pounds. It's a
5
little
pounds?
a little bit of a boost. Like it's the tiniest boost.
What if I
Holding
use
a few
Mage Hand
balloons.
and him?
10.
Because Mage Hand is one bulk. Pretty light bulk person.
Just
Well, he's lost so much blood
I've
now.
lost so
He's
much
got-
blood, and I haven't been
drained
eating. I've
6
been
now.
heartbroken.
Pull back and look back into the courtyard here. The wing on the other side of the courtyard is damaged to the point where it looks like it's impassable. The roof, this is the part where the roof has kind of come down. Most of the wall's still intact, though. You're going to have to go up. It's probably just like a 12-foot wall to get up on top of it, and you're obviously at the bottom. You can see the roof is damaged and collapsed. You can't see how hard that's going to be to get through or across once you're up there.
Okay.
oh, he's average. He's less than half that height.
As you look at that, you still hear. I'm assuming you're not trying to close the door again.
No,
You're
no,
just
no.
Like he'll maybe latch it. And then, like,
Yeah, no, I'll leave it.
You can
back.
still hear them behind you. You focus on this, trying to find an escape for a moment, and just tune back into to Reese getting heated again. And that, you can't get on me about that. About Adelme. That was supposed to be your problem. You're the one who was convinced you had that under control. And Melison's reply, I tried. You know how she is. She's like a ball of rubber. She bounces back from near anything. I thought this... My spell worked about as well as your poison then, if she still draws breath, but I have a plan B. Rumatri bought me a gift from her little foray into town, a hair plucked from her head. I can use it as a focus. I'll try something else. Easy.
Well, hair focus. I don't know what any can I like occultist? Can I like be like what kind of thing could they be doing?
Absolutely. Make me an occultism check.
Yeah, what can you do if someone?
A lot of things.
Yeet!
I'm gonna shave my head.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna do. Is that 7 or a 1? That's a 7. Okay.
This is general knowledge. It's not a high DC.
7 plus 10 is 17.
17. Okay, so you would. I mean, that's enough knowledge of like very basic spells. And I don't know if you were looking, Mr. Leahy here.
Hey,
Your boy Mason.
Let's go.
Hey.
He's got a hero point for Easy coming in.
Your boy Mason.
Dive out of danger. Oh, I'm
Could've used
fine.
Play it right now.
dive
Jumps
right
over the wall.
I'm fine, but that one's gonna be hard to walk away from. True.
Could have used that.
Just the current situation.
Yeah.
Really. You would know that throughout spell work, there are a lot of different things. Anything that a lot of spells can use a focus that is either a part of someone. It can be anything. It can be, I mean, like a lock of hair or something is generally just the most easily accessible or the most common. But any part of someone can be used to attune a huge variety of spells to a specific person. Because rather than just trying to cast it out and focus it yourself, you can channel through that to hone it far more accurately. I mean, the Age of Ashes example here is Nightmare that Raz used to throw out all the time. If you had a lock of Treagle's hair, I'm pretty sure that Nightmare has a specific interaction with that you can use. There's like stages of being able to cast these sort of mental effects on someone that don't require them to be physically present. You've heard of them, it's almost impossible to do effectively. As you've met them, where it works, it's unreliable, but it's functional, and you have a part of them, which is as powerful as the spell can get.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna write a.
You thought it was just a funny bit.
I just thought that maybe I've suffered enough.
No.
No.
Horror campaign.
For one person.
For one person,
He's going through a really
He's
messed up
fine
breakup.
right now.
he's stuck with a serial killer and a
He's
crazy mind
single.
reader.
So are the rest of us.
Easy.
I have my spear.
Okay. I'm gonna write a letter. I'm gonna pen a letter while listening. It's gonna be like, dear Mellison, near-death experience brought back all my memories. we have the seed, and we know about Zamindor, and we know it's embedded in one of our friends. We got the summoning book. Consider the joining canceled. We're gonna summon an army of demons. and then I'm gonna just get the knife she used to stab me and put it in the ground outside. And then I'm gonna cast haste on myself and just sprint out of here. I'm gonna go quiet at first, and then just use all my actions.
Into the room.
I'm gonna quietly go in. I'm gonna go outside, cast haste.
Okay, so you're casting haste in the courtyard.
Yeah.
You're going out, cast a spell, and prep. You know, you got a minute of this.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna.
That's it's a lot of rounds.
that's a bit. But you're gonna go in
That's
and.
like 500 feet.
Yeah, like even creeping, you still feel yourself moving swiftly.
First is the
Creeping
letter.
faster.
Right, first the letter, leave it stake to the ground there.
Yeah, and the little pile of blood that I was presently in, a chalk mark my legs and arms, like a crime scene. Just the note in the middle with a knife. All right, and then I'm gonna be like, all right. I'm gonna tell the unseen servant to just go run in an opposite direction when I enter the room,
Okay.
and just like bump into Mellison, and that's gonna be his like last action. And then I'm gonna go the other direction, out of the door.
Okay. So you send your servant in, you peek into the door. As you look, Nolson and Reese are still sitting there. You've taken a moment to write this, so you come back at a later point in the conversation. And Reese, at this point in the morning, I just don't. Why'd it have to be them? Why'd it have to be, save for you, every single person I was close to? Why couldn't it? It couldn't have been. This couldn't happen to anyone else. What did the Count even need them for? Where even is he going? And Nelson just kind of shrugs. Who knows? He's a blind fool. He's an idiot. And he's probably chasing some pointless flight of fancy. What he did with them, you'd have to ask Lyrelai. I mean, we weren't there. I've done about as much as I can for this. And she just immediately like someone bumps into her in the hall, comes forward and just turns and whips and looks, and immediately sees nothing and starts looking around as Easy is going. He's just like sprinting.
All three
and he's doing
actions
that
are-
like awkward kind of quiet shuffle thing.
Well, you can still you can sneak and move at half speed,
Yes.
right? But
That's what I'm saying. Like, are
I'm
you
also
sneaking?
using all three actions to run, so I'm like half speed, but I'm going as fast as I can.
Okay, yeah. So you are still. You're not like outright just sprinting, like
Yeah.
pounding through the room. You're sneaking quickly, and as Melisande turns around, she would immediately notice the door to the courtyard is open. You rushing away as she gets up, her eyes wide. What? By all the gods! And rushes over towards the door, and you see Reese look at Melisande, kind of bewildered, and then look around.
Still invisible.
Oh, come on!
And you're confident. See you. You're invisible. You're like a haze. You're not, especially when you're moving quickly, like you're a shimmer. Someone who is looking can still pinpoint you.
It's Halo invisibility.
What?
Halo invisibility.
Literally, the example I always use is Halo active camo. That's what invisibility is in Pathfinder. Like that's what it looks like. She sees you scooting over towards the door,
Okay.
and her eyebrows just kind of raise a minute, and she turns back over to look towards the courtyard and doesn't say anything.
That's our girl.
And you shoot out the door,
That's
back
our
into the
serial
entryway,
killer.
and out of Old Chapel. Out to the trail where you break into a sprint with the last little bit of your haste here, booking it down the path back towards Thrushmoor.
Yeah, I'm going to the chapel.
Fair enough.
Man, you might still have a chance, but like, don't take it.
Just in case this needs to be said,
Wait,
Cammy
no. Maybe
solely
she's
feels the
wait.
need to express
Wait it
herself
out.
here.
Wait it out. She's charmed by Melisson or something.
Already feeling like going back
I
with your
think-
ex.
Just wait it out a few days, see how that changes the situation.
Yeah.
You never go back right after a bad fight.
Relationships has changed. It's
We gotta sleep it
complicated.
off.
It's not-
Sleep on it.
Sleep on the dagger.
Are you still together?
I don't know.
even know.
It's till death do us part, and I didn't die.
Wasn't even close.
Yeah, it wasn't even close. Like he's
No.
had worse than bar fights.
I love Marcus in the corner. Wait, did we find out they're married?
No, easy.
I love the character that like because in character you don't know Marius hasn't been here. Like, it's
He's just all the good stuff.
I
Oh my
imagine
gosh.
back in Daradella's cave now,
It's MD's cave now.
MD's cave. Back in
I stole a cave.
You changed the
MD's
sign.
boat. It's MD's cave.
Next thing we know, he's gonna steal the count.
It's gonna put a flag. It's there. It's mine. It's just got an angry green face on it. Back in MD's cave, I imagine the group of you are, well, certainly want for rest. And with the sun ready to set, there wouldn't be much between the group of you and sleep, unless there was something else you were planning on doing.
No, just sleep.
Sleep.
Big sleepy.
Easy.
Signing watches.
Yeah, I would assume you have watches.
Yeah, we
you
have
had
one.
watches in the
I'll-
cottage.
yeah.
I'm sure you have watches now.
Yeah,
I don't have a
I was gonna volunteer. Yeah, I'm
Could-
definitely
could
taking watch first.
Cammy in Daredevil's room. Close that stupid wall.
Giant pile
Solitary
of logs.
confinement, baby.
You're back to prison!
And then MD is just sleep propped up against it.
You're back against the door. It's physically impossible to get into Cammy's room without waking up MD. It cannot be done. Cammy has to wake up and pee in the middle of the night. MD's gonna know
I got
about
a pot.
it. Fair enough. I guess that we're in the
Everything
era.
she needs. Everything she
I
needs
am
in that room.
willingly.
I ain't going outside for nothing.
It's not a cabinet. It's not
I
claustrophobic.
got so much room.
Actually, it is a pretty decently sized cavern. It's like 20, 25 feet across. Like, it's the size of... It's probably a little bigger than the bedroom you have in the cottage.
It's a studio. I don't even have to pay rent.
Nice place.
I'm the
You got a
landlord.
little trunk with a booby trap needle on it if you want to use
No.
it to store your things.
Threw that in the fire.
Oh, never mind. That got burned. That's right. So you got a bed and you got a little
Don't breathe.
pile
I
of
just
crap.
have a normal chest with something ripped out of it.
The bed that Daredevil slept in is almost more of a nest. Kind of just like a pile of leathers and blankets sort of draped loosely around.
I'm into that.
There's not even really a frame. It's just kind of a nest. But
It
that
is
does
a
seem
studio apartment.
easy. Running back into town.
The cat follows. MD's cat.
Cat came with you. It's MD's cat.
The cat was on the
That's
boat.
my familiar.
Maybe the cat is
Stole
the
the
big
cat.
bad. It's like stalking us.
Easy.
The cat is.
By the
the
time
GM.
you're back into Thrushmoor and nearing the bridge across to this little outer bar where New Chapel is, you are hitting the wall of the adrenaline is peeling out. It's wearing out. You ran a lot distance. You are heaving.
I lost a lot of blood.
Yeah, you have not a lot of blood in you.
Still drained.
I'm still drained.
You're still
from the other
drained.
blood loss.
You are barely feel like you're able to breathe. The sun has set, and as you approach New Chapel, what are you doing?
Running inside them, finding like Boston or something.
I mean, if you blow open the front doors of New Chapel
It's like also the middle of the night. I don't want to
at
wake
11 at night, I mean, they're gonna notice. Like, you don't have to find Boston; he's gonna be there.
Materializes in front of you.
Immediately as you throw the doors open, this is surprising number of people just sleep right through this. But a decent number of them do awaken in various states of confusion, just a stupor, some bolting awake or upright. One of those being York, who jumps up from his bed and hurries over to you. Oh. He doesn't realize it's you till he pretty much gets to the door.
I'm sorry for waking you up.
Oh. Well, by the what we were just laying down, so it's no big deal. It was my night to stay here with everyone and make sure everything's okay. Are you okay? Easy?
No. I was kind of laying down, but like almost dead laying down.
You are pale.
Yeah,
What?
I lost a lot of blood twice. I just need a place to stay. I'm in mortal danger, as usual. The place
He just hangs his head.
It's just a Tuesday.
His shoulders just kind of slump.
Yeah. We were supposed to get food, and we were gonna get tacos, and then we got ambushed, and then
No. At this point, I know better than to ask any of the details. This just kind of seems to be the life that you and your friends live.
I really tried to get out of it.
And you have to bring it here?
No.
You have to bring it here on the night that I'm here?
I
You couldn't bring it on Nasa's night?
came here invisible. They wouldn't have found me, unless they usually can't track me. Then I remember,
The Tolman's?
well, I don't want to eat Tolman's food. We probably have better meal right now. Okay, but yeah, I just need a place to stay.
Well,
Just to get my blood back.
yeah, I mean, come on in. I mean, that's kind of the
Do y'all
point of
keep watch here?
You keep watch? I mean, no.
Okay, that's probably fine.
Should we be keeping a watch?
No,
I mean, I'm here in case someone needs something.
I barged in and only like 4 people woke up.
Well, I mean, it's after sundown. There's only one
I
of
know,
us
you
staying.
got some heavy sleepers here.
Well, many of them, it's medically assisted.
True. Well,
Okay,
not my business. Anyways, yeah, they probably
And
didn't
he
track
just kind of closes the door. I know better not than.
Did you find Winter? How are you doing?
Not. Haven't heard anything from her. Why is this related?
No, wait, no. I don't think they know
Wait.
about her. Nah, they don't know about her.
I
They
know
just
better
about her.
than to ask. It's just. Oh, the point of this chapel, what Miss Winter wanted was to make
Sanctuary,
Sure
yeah.
Exactly. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
it's weird to almost strange to think of you as just like. I mean, you're in this same boat as all the rest of them, aren't you? You were patients after all.
yeah.
Capable ones, obviously, but
I don't know. We're all trying to figure it out.
hey, where's everyone else?
I was gonna leave. I was gonna leave with them, and then I got backstabbed. I got betrayed. I don't know. I don't know where they are. They think I'm gone. So I'll probably find them tomorrow. It's too hard to think about all the things.
Well then, I'll get you a bedroll and some blankets. We got mattresses now, but we'll find you a place. Come on. And York leads you in, not wanting any details really, not asking, getting you set up as well any other patient in the asylum or in New Chapel here. This is Cammy's greatest fear of just being right back in the ward. But for you, it's safety in numbers for the moment.
Yeah.
And for everyone else, before long, it would be sunrise. It'll be.
Before I go to sleep, can I detect magic on the tattoo and see if that's anything that I should worry about? Because she said she was able to find me using that before.
You cast this simple cantrip and kind of focus, but you don't detect any kind of magical signature coming out of the tattoo itself.
Okay. Maybe they just have a piece of my hair. Anyways, I'll go to sleep.
Now, we mentioned this in the post-show, but it was something I actually, in the heat of the moment, in the end of our last episode last week, forgot to mention on the show proper. As you all awaken the next morning, wholly and unquestionably level 6. All of you having very well earned this level up.
I swing at a plus 17 now.
Fighter.
I don't.
I haven't hit anything in my life.
That ain't me.
Yay.
4 of you would awake with whoever was last on watch here in this cave. With you rotating watches, it would be a bit after sun up till you'd all gotten your sufficient amount of rest, and Easy had trundled back into the church pretty late. You as well would not find your feet until a little later in the morning when the hustle and bustle of everyone going about their morning routines. You see that a section of the main ward area here has just been kind of separated off, one on each side, with big sets of curtains just put up on makeshift rods to separate 2 little washing and bathing areas as they ready the morning's simple breakfasts. But all of you would awake as well as you could be, in better health, still drained 1, but otherwise, you know,
Otherwise,
all right,
mostly full health.
mostly full health.
All spell slots.
Oh, your spell slots. That's what you need. It's
right.
a good thing you had a bunch of those because
I'd
are
imagine it's
useful.
like waking up the next day after donating blood. Like, you still
I don't think
feel
you're
it.
supposed to donate that much blood.
You're not supposed to donate that much, but unless you
He
do a
did,
double.
though.
Unless they ask you for double.
Yeah, he did a double and a half.
Do that?
Yeah, they'll ask you if they're in like dire need of your blood type. They'll ask, hey, do you mind doing?
Look, as a man who is, well, I was serious with the chronic fear of needles, definitely don't have a lot of blood drive experience. I'll just level with you. Not a
was
thing
in
I'm
the
going to
bus when they
voluntarily
asked
do.
someone else. They never asked me.
In for a pint, in for a pound.
A pound of blood.
Yeah.
But we'll start back over at the cave as the 4 of you get ready with what supplies you have in just an empty hole in the earth. What are your plans? What do you do?
Great.
I really don't.
Just remembered where we are.
Yeah.
Cammy doesn't come out of the bedroom. Instead, from the other side of the door, you hear, "Good morning!"
Good morning, Cammy.
Good morning.
How do
Get
you
a
feel?
Fire started.
I feel much better if I just stay in here, actually.
You know, I would too, but I don't think that's an option.
Who says it's not?
I don't know. Malevolence probably. Until we either figure out what we're gonna do in Thrushmoor or just leave. I don't think she's gonna stop with an attempted killing by Reese.
Can we not just leave? That's honestly starting to look like a better option to me.
That sounds like a great option to me. But Trey doesn't want to leave.
I do want to leave. I want to go deal with the guards.
But also,
Then I want to find Millicent
and kill her.
and kill her.
I mean, I'm like super down for Millicent dying.
So
After she's
it's-
dead,
Then
we
we
can
can
leave. In the meantime, I'm going to start getting breakfast ready.
Alright then. Dress the ghoul in the room. Marius.
Morning.
Good morning. Where have you been the past 2 days? I won't say we were worried sick, that would be a lie, but
Yeah, I'm sorry about leaving. When you left me at the Sleepless Agency, I was kind of realized that just staying there did not seem like a good idea because, for one, just having me stay there and be babysat seemed like it would raise more questions that we don't need. And also I'd be getting hungry. So I just ran out into the forest away from town, far away where there's just, animals and worst case people who won't be missed. So I just made my
once you listen to what I have to say.
I figured it
So, we said, let me catch you up on that, and then we faded to black very abruptly and glitchily, and then we went to break, and now we're back. Welcome back.
And he's caught up.
everybody.
Yeah.
And he's
all
caught up.
caught up
Perfect.
now.
It was
That
all
was
part
a-
of the plan.
That was totally. I mean, honestly, you really couldn't. script a better internet outage than that, I guess.
It was
like,
awkward
2
my
hours
way.
later.
It's my luck coming in.
But that is unfortunately the power of Central Florida internet. Is
For
that sometimes
approximately
it just
15 minutes, we explained what happened.
it just kind of turns off sometimes. But welcome
It's all the sand.
back, everybody. We had spent the morning in the cave catching Marius up on the events of the last couple of days. The time in Old Chapel, the experience you guys had there, the fight with Reese and her assassins. And now we come to the morning over at New Chapel, where I imagine Easy is... Are you trying to hide this giant stab wound in your back at all? The fact that your shirt is like blood soaked through or anything, or you just kind of go in there and
I mean,
flop and have
I got
it?
a new pair of clothes. I got like one of those patient's gowns, and I'm like helping serve. I'm just like trying to distract myself
It's
from the fact
completely
that like
open in the
Yeah.
back.
No, the point is, if like any of them,
The
they were
wound
literally
showing.
people that worked in a medical facilities. Like if any of them noticed that, like you're getting taken
I'm not-
to the
I'm not-
you're going to the infirmary immediately. Like
okay, fine.
because they can.
This looks like a domestic violence wound.
They have medical tools and they have an idea of what they're doing. So we would come to you later in the morning with your wound having been actually sutured up properly, and
Mud word.
Nasa leaning over you. It works, but it's you didn't have like a cloth, or you could have just used the shirt. Next time, just rip a sleeve off of the shirt, or even just rip the shirt in half and bind that around it. It's less valuable than your life.
True, it's a valuable shirt though.
All right,
It's
that's
blood soaked though. It's ruined.
that's about as good as it's going to get. That was that's a very deep wound. That's
Yeah, it was like up to the hilt. It was.
you got. What did you? Did you get mugged?
No, I trust too easily.
Oh, dang.
I don't understand.
I don't know.
I think Easy is the therapist.
Wait for the breakup album that this man is going to release.
Well,
The
just
frog
song
song.
part
just I guess just take it. I'd say take it easy for a couple of days.
I sprint.
It's but really you should have some rest. You should stay seated as much as you can. Any time that you can spend, especially like today and tomorrow, probably laying down would be better. It'll help. You need enough blood to pump into your body's really surprisingly good at fixing these kind of things. But if you're upright, there's not as much. It's just you're not going to listen to any of this, are you? You and your friends are just going to do whatever it is that you do. But it's
No, yeah. I'll take, I don't know, ibuprofen or something. I'll do it.
I wish we still had access to our pharmacy. I can ask Tolman. I'm sure he could whip something
yeah.
up when he comes in later.
Yeah, I could use some like Vicodin. Or,
Are you guys okay? Are you?
like
So stupid.
I'm fine.
Her art hasn't been up
Yeah.
for a while, and I forgot.
I can tell how
Oh, I did
qualified
not
of a
think
nurse
that's what
she
you were
is.
laughing about.
No, that is exactly what I'm laughing about.
Look, it's Paizo art. Look, what do you want from me?
It doesn't mean it's not funny when it shows up, and I'm just like, ha! I have the maturity of a 5-year-old. Okay.
I'm aware.
5?
Yes, a 5-year-old can at least acknowledge that was funny.
But
There we go.
There.
that's
Her eyes
perfect.
are up
That's what we had to do to deal with you people. Anyway,
Yeah.
well, you've lost a lot of blood. We don't really have.
Oh, can you do blood transfusions here?
Well, see, that's the thing.
Because
No.
Blood
Cammy
laying
whipped one
around.
up in like a
She
library.
And wait, like it worked?
Yeah. She had like jars and like tubes and then like, I don't know, something about like vacuum pressure and
That's
I don't know. So Cammy's smart.
that's a complicated. That's a very dangerous procedure. If
agree.
you do it wrong, like a small amount of air into the bloodstream can
Yeah,
be fatal.
Yeah,
I definitely wouldn't want anything but a proper phlebotomist with the tools and practice to do it. And well, we don't have any of those anymore, unfortunately.
We got a qualified one right here.
Yeah,
Getting roasted.
no, you're getting praised.
I'm impressed that she's able to do that, honestly. But if she has that level of teaching, then I'm afraid, other than traveling a few towns away, I don't have a better alternative. I think
Do you have, like-
Firestone was the only place that I knew of, at least in Thrushmoor or anywhere nearby, that would be qualified to do something like that.
Did they have like combat medics in the fort? Maybe.
Well, probably, but a transfusion is something that they would have had. Either one of the priests from the Phrasmans, who are they're not here either.
Okay.
Do something magical. I mean, field and combat triage is like what you did. It's
Mud.
and pressure.
Okay.
It's good. It helps. It's definitely useful, but transfusions, it's complicated. It requires tools, and she has the tools. She has a phlebotomy kit.
Well, the place we were in had a bunch of like blood stuff.
Because
anyways,
That is actually did we get a full kit?
pretty much. That's what they were doing with it. That's what they were using it for.
Okay.
we kind of stumbled into a whole kit setup.
It's not the kind that you feel.
They were doing like blood rituals, you know.
What?
There was summoning a bunch of. I don't have the summoning book. Do they have the summoning book?
It's been a minute. I forgot about
think I have the summoning
you and your friends and your sense of humor.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
Blood ritual all in all.
well, don't try not to lose any more blood. At least
Okay.
for a little while. The body can replace it, but it takes a while.
Yeah.
They say you can get a pint or two back a week, naturally. So you've lost a lot more than that. It looks.
Yeah, and a lot's happened in like a week. I don't
2
know.
days.
A lot's happened in 2 days. Yeah, I mean, like we just left Briarstone like a week ago.
Yeah, it's been eventful, but we're all doing what we can. It's a little more, as organized as it can be, I suppose. Lady Klaska's help was very useful. Her magic is something none of us can really replace with just stitching and sutures and bandages. But I mean, fortunately now I think the worst of it's over. But I don't know. I know York's been looking for her. He's
Yeah.
worried.
Is he
Anyway.
still here? Is he here? Still?
Oh, yeah, he'd still be here. Yeah. It would
Okay.
Be,
Well, I'll see.
and they should kind of help you up, and your wound at least closed. You go find York,
Yeah.
and wouldn't be difficult. It's not. It's one big main hall. He's getting ready to leave. He's getting ready to head back home. You know, he lives somewhere that isn't here. Now that his shift here is over, Nace has arrived to relieve him. And once you have like the realization that
Didn't we learn he has a wife?
yeah.
Yeah, I
the
just remembered
family.
he has a wife.
Yeah.
Okay.
This was just like they take while you guys have your night rotation, they have their night rotation. Like
I totally
each
forgot that he was married.
one of them taking it night by night to just stay here and make sure if nothing happens. I mean, they're doing their best. But he's getting his things together and getting ready to head back home. Easy.
Hey.
Morning.
Morning.
How you feeling? That that wound is something. Well, I haven't seen something like that since. I guess Firestone wasn't really that long ago, but it kind of feels like it oddly.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I guess it's related. I lost my memories, and then they don't trust me anymore, and they stab me.
Well,
Well, good. Have a good time with your family. Is there anything I should do? Like, y'all need help? I don't know where my friends are, so I'm just trying to kill time.
well, truth be told, we're not entirely sure what to do with this whole operation, and I suppose we being me and Nasa and Tolman aren't willing to just leave everyone here, so we'll do what we can, but until the count comes back, I don't really know where to turn necessarily. We don't really have. We could ask the mayor, but he's missing too.
I'm guessing the fort probably check that out.
I mean, I don't know. It's not something the guard could really help with unless they've got space to spare.
I mean, they probably got a bunch of beds, like a big barracks. And
Yeah, if they have proper cots and mattresses, if they have a barracks to spare, even that'd be fantastic. It'd be better than trying to, ham-fist everything here as well as we can. I mean, it's working. It's functional.
Yeah.
But
do you have an inn over there? Like, if I went with you, could I like talk to somebody? I don't know if I can even get in the front door.
the guardhouse, no, I don't. Honestly, not really much of a people person. So if I wasn't at home with a family or at work, I was out hunting.
Oh,
Usually just by myself or with my son.
okay. Everything good with your family and your son?
Yeah, they're
Happy together.
everything's doing great.
Okay.
We're happy to pitch in how we can to keep this all working. But yeah, I mean, unless you can somehow find the mayor and bring the count back, I don't really know what.
It's on the to-do list.
Well,
Okay.
honestly, with everything you did back at Briarstone, I wouldn't even really be surprised.
All right. Well, guess I'll see you. Have a nice
Yeah.
day.
Don't get stabbed.
Yeah.
You and your friends have got a really weirdly high propensity for that. You should,
I'm really trying to not.
try to minimize that a little more, I think. But
But yeah. You know.
anyway, I'll see you around, I assume.
See ya.
And he's gonna head out.
Okay.
He's got stuff to do. He's got.
Don't get stabbed. Bye.
Wow. And with that, DZ, where are you going? You don't know where your friends are. You don't. No sign of the party. You're just here.
Well, we did have plans to go to the port.
Hmm?
After tacos. So I'll just get a
The plan
breakfast.
was tacos.
Go to
fort.
sleep for.
That got a little interrupted.
So I'm gonna get breakfast tacos and then go to the fort.
Like for you, or like are you gonna have a platter of breakfast tacos? and just
Show up to
hope
the fort, he's
everyone
gonna be sitting on the front doors eating tacos.
I'll bring some just in case they do come, or if they don't, I get hungry. I have lunch.
Poor Easy. He doesn't know what to do by himself.
He's
I
just
got
gonna go
10
sit on the guard's front doorstep
Well,
with
now
tacos.
he's living the bachelor's life. Is
It's
He
complicated.
eats
cut free.
No, his Facebook status changed to it's complicated.
It's always been complicated.
The rest of you, it sounds like from your discussions the night before, your plan isn't far off of that. Fortunately, that was what you talked about. That was really the only kind of lead or direction you had. Both for trying to get the guard out to help the Sleepless Agency, to help Lady Rance, and see if there's anything that you could do about whatever's going on at Iris Hill, and also the last place supposedly that Winter had gotten to. So, this is a pretty solid plan, honestly, because I imagine not terribly long after that, still sometime in the mid-morning, Easy enjoying his nice, delicious tacos on the path that leads up to that's what they look like. It's the taco dance. Taco walking. You would have been the first to arrive, Easy, because you're much closer in New Chapel, to the front doors of the fort. It's visible from pretty much anywhere in the town. Up on a big rising hill as the land pretty sharply comes up from the coast of this lakeside at the shores of Thrushmoor. It is a castle. It is a castle. Like full with 4 or 5, I think 5 round turreted towers spaced up and ramparts 25 feet up off of the ground, crenellated, facing out in all directions. I mean, it is the line of defense should Thrushmoor need it. Thrushmoor is some degree of kind of a sleepy town. It's a reminder that this is the center of power in Versex County. The Count lives here. It is the biggest and the most important settlement in the whole of the county. The county's a pretty large place. And this bastion, should they need it, would be perfectly viable to cover the town from assault from land or at range from sea. As you can see the arms of ballistae poking up over the edges of the walls and the tops of the various towers. Your road would lead you up to a massive double wooden gateway, almost certainly with a portcullis behind it somewhere, with a smaller inset door into the seam, still stout and wood for passing through without having to open up the entire operation. All of it would be closed, shuttered, and from the outside, visibly almost abandoned. though torches would still flicker, their firelight visible up among the ramparts above.
Well, I'll give it a nice big knock.
Are you,
Torches
oh,
run in the day?
it's early morning, but they are still lit, yeah.
Fair.
But I guess it's like late morning, so the sun is pretty much up at this point. But it would be, this morning would be like a relatively overcast, like light kind of drizzle sort of morning. So torches would still be flickering to keep the light up. So you're when you get there, rather than wait for the party, you're just knocking. It's a little damp. There's a little drizzle out here. It's not great.
And he didn't bring his umbrella.
I should have brought more tacos.
Use the tacos as an umbrella.
We slightly damp tacos.
There's no like cover. No. Is there like no entry? So it's just.
I mean, it's super explicitly no cover because like that's the point of a castle. It is like a defensible castle. So
True.
they're certainly not going to have any cover from the ramparts above.
Yeah,
No.
there's just a little cover for hot oil to fall down. Well, it's drizzling. Yeah,
It's like a light sprinkle. It's like you can feel the moisture, but not really the individual raindrops kind of drizzle.
I'm just gonna
like
sit,
really
on
light.
sit on the ground and finish my tacos for a bit and just wait. I'll give them like an hour.
It wouldn't take that long. It'd be 10, 15 minutes before the party would come into view, and as you two
We just have slightly farther to come.
turned onto the main road, approaching the gates of Fort Halicourse, you would see Easy
Eating tacos.
sat on the slightly muddy ground, eating some tacos.
That is the saddest looking man I've ever seen in my life.
Damp in the rain by himself.
As we're getting ready to approach, I'm like, guys, everybody needs to be real. He clearly just got dumped.
He's literally sitting in the road alone in the rain, sadly eating a taco.
I'm going through something.
Everybody don't ask.
Well,
Okay.
hey,
Haven't
Don't ask
spotted you. I'm
about
like
it.
just
Don't
looking at
ask
the
about
ground.
hey, Easy.
Oh,
What happened?
Hey.
You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to.
think.
I thought
Aren't you
were
supposed to be
leaving.
gone about
Yeah.
right now?
That's what I thought.
Y'all ran away together.
So
I
what
heard you
was the
were
plan?
eloping or something.
Oh, we found Marius, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
This will be the first you see Marius here.
It's like an afterthought for everyone.
I'm still here.
We're part of the session. I forgot that you two hadn't actually met yet today.
Hey, look what the MD dragged in. No, I'm fine. It's just almost died. I got stabbed in the back, metaphorically and literally.
Oh.
But
So next time we're not going easy on her then.
Yeah, do we put her on the
So
kill
what
list?
would you have a patient gown? Your options right now are patient
Sad,
gown or
eating
stabbed
tacos
and
in the
blood-soaked
rain.
shirt from yesterday
No,
because
you
you
can
didn't
put on
go
your
home.
Asian guy.
no, I would definitely put my armor back on. My
That's
leather
fair.
on.
You
So
can keep your armor over it.
my just blood soaked armor.
Have your armor on
Blood-soaked
with
armor.
the patient gown over it.
You went and bought new clothes.
No, that armor was expensive. I'm saving my money for bombs.
Those are with you guys in the cave.
Yeah, so I thought you'd all come here, so I was waiting. I ate all the tacos. I was sad, hungry.
Well, it's
So-
an appropriate guess.
Yeah. Is it like over then between
I
you
don't
guys?
know because she kind of noticed me leaving and she didn't say anything.
Well, but she did kill you like
But
shortly
maybe
before
like
that,
maybe
right?
she's like
Or tried to.
charmed or mind controlled by Malevolence. I could be making excuses.
Okay, but
I could definitely
I'm
be
gonna
making
ask
You are clearly blinded by love.
You might want to
Clearly-
take off the rose-tinted goggles and see the flags for what they are.
I'm gonna ask you, Easy. What do you want to do? If we run into her again, what do you want to do?
I think she's not all bad. Because she was talking with Malevolence and she does feel bad about it and she does like us and she does
I'm not just letting her go next time.
no.
But
maybe we can like see if she's has like a brain seed and like try to dispel it and see if it's maybe it's and if not.
But the
I
sti-
could check.
she still intended to kill you, right?
Yeah. Let's
Is
talk
that
a
what's
little bit
happening?
about this relationship.
We're just standing
We're all
in
your
the
friends.
rain on the front porch of a castle.
We're your friends. We care about you.
This is an intervention.
So your relationship with Reese,
It's perfectly healthy.
she seems she's very pretty, and
We'll leave it at that.
and she really packs a punch. She's determined. She has lots of qualities
Fast,
about her.
goal-oriented.
She has many qualities.
jump through a wooden wall and teleport. I gotta learn that.
You clearly have a really passionate sort of like kind of situation. But then let's talk about maybe when she tried to kill you or me or me. She's tried that a couple of times.
Yeah, but she, I don't know. Maybe she's holding back a little bit because I feel like she could have killed us.
I didn't feel like she was holding back.
Really
Did you
like
when
was
she
holding
stabbed you?
No, it kind of went like fully to the hilt.
Yeah,
the-
it's
the
kinda
whole
interesting.
Yeah, and then they kind of just laid me. But she laid me down gently.
It's what we call a toxic relationship.
They have your hair.
Hmm?
Yeah,
What?
they have a lock of your hair for like ritual purposes.
What?
Someone named Ramatri. They have it as a focus. They said.
You're
So
not
there's
out of
a-
the woods
Are you?
yet.
Are
I'm
you
not
serious
deflecting
right
right now. This isn't deflecting. This is also a serious, pressing concern that we could talk about instead of me.
I get the feeling that
Oh
both
my
of
gosh.
both of you have similar problems of these women are in your heads.
No, it's completely different problems. He's love struck. She's being hunted.
But Malison is the root of it.
Yeah, Melisson needs to die. By the way, Melisson needs to die.
If she
Yeah, I got
died,
that
I
part.
think Reese might just join us.
well, when we see Melisson,
Or she'll stab you again.
Yeah, but she could have told Malison when I was running away, and she didn't. She let it slide. She turned the other cheek.
She also could have like not stabbed you, dude.
Yeah, I don't know, but like, Malison was talking about like she's like in her head, so maybe she like dominated. Like she tried to control you. Maybe it's all that. I don't know.
As fun as this conversation is to have in the rain, I can feel my armor rusting on my body.
Well, if I'm out here, it doesn't look like I'm crying.
you're not
Okay.
crying, though.
He's clearly down bad.
No,
We got
He's perfectly fine. That
We
was
at least need to get in the door and keep talking.
Okay.
right. Then you want to knock.
I do want to circle back to the hair thing.
Well, they're trying to do something called the joining, and I kind of
The joining is
something.
this separate or
They think
or
we're
the
trying
same
to
as
we're
the
gonna
hair
throw a
thing?
wrench into it. What?
Is this where is the hair thing part of the joining or is that a different magic
I
thing?
think the hair thing is to take you out of the picture, so we don't mess up with the joining.
Okay, so nothing new then.
Nothing.
Just,
Just new words. We got new phrases.
okay.
But I told him that I got my memory back and that we figured out how to use the book, so they should be scared of us.
I'm scared of them. Did they say what kind of ritual? I'm sorry to fixate. This is supposed to be about you, but that's really concerning to me.
No, this is good. They didn't say. I was listening to their conversation, but I got worried and wanted to get out of there.
Okay.
I was pretty sleepy and lost blood.
And mostly dead.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
I missed you guys.
We missed you too. Can't
Welcome
cried
back.
all night.
You're supposed to say.
I was leaving because it would get you all to be safe. I wanted.
Well,
I
we
figured-
thought it was the best decision for you to do, anyways. Yeah. But now you're back in this, and we're gonna die a lot. So,
Yeah, I can't get rid of you all.
Trey, you want to knock on the door?
Might as well.
You walk up and you pound on the thick wood of the small door inset into the large castle gate. You wait a few moments with no sound but the gentle hiss of this very light rain falling all around you. And nothing.
Knock harder.
I'm gonna take the back side of my spear and just kind of on the door, clang it a few times for a louder noise.
You pound harder,
I'm trying to reach you, but your cards except
and still a few moments pass before finally a slot in this door. You know the slot.
A smaller door.
I
within
love
a
it.
smaller door.
The third size kind of door inside this door.
What's the
A
password?
metal plate slides aside, revealing a small section of what looks to be a woman's face. You can't make out much of her, really, but you can see from a collar that is poking up, it looks like she's wearing some kind of a uniform. She's got a purple headband set right above her eyebrows and huge bags under her eyes. This woman looks absolutely exhausted. And she looks through the slot across the group of you. Can I help you?
We're here for the cleric.
I'm sorry you don't have one on staff.
No, not on staff. Came by, what, yesterday?
I guess so, yeah.
Well, if she did, I didn't speak with her.
Very pale, dark hair. Phrasman. Might not have even said she's a cleric.
Are you talking about the woman that had come in with the royal accusers some weeks back?
Yes,
I know of her. Lady Klaska, her name was, I believe.
correct.
Haven't seen anything from her in some days, though. She did come up here some time ago. Her and that royal accuser. Her name escapes me.
Amari?
Amari, yes,
Yeah,
that was the one.
Sorry. Martin.
Sorry, though. Nobody's in here save for us. Port's been shuttered for over 2 weeks now. Haven't been taking visitors.
Have you even slept?
Not much, admittedly, but
What's keeping you all up if you're not working?
well, we're still living. It's a very small skeleton crew. We still have to keep the fort manned and staffed and operational in case it's needed. And there's
Do you want
hardly a
help?
dozen of us even in here. And our orders are to keep the place operational, and until something else comes through, that's what we're going to do. Sorry. And
Whoa.
I'm gonna roll a perception check against that because I remember that they purposely hold up because they weren't getting paid and they're not working.
that was what you heard from the Sleepless Agency, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a perception check. What are the rest of you doing when we have this conversation?
It's a
I'm
24.
kind of examining the fort. I'm like looking for signs of movement to see if there's like anyone up on the ramparts, see what's going on.
Okay. So we'll give you want seeking or scouting?
Seeking.
Seeking. You're sensing motive.
I would be. Well, I guess technically, actually, I should be sensing motive because I'm paranoid.
It doesn't really have a choice.
This
in that
you
matter,
you
so-
have I'll get yours in a second.
Okay.
But
Do I get to choose a different one outside?
you
of
can
my-
have that can be like that's your focus at first, but it's not like
Okay.
it doesn't have to be your
Then
primary
I
focus.
then
for
I
this.
investigate.
Okay, you're thinking.
I'm also sensing motive, but I'm thinking, can she be bribed? Because they haven't been paid, and I got paid 10 gold recently.
Ooh,
So am I
10 bucks,
thinking,
baby?
10
can
gold
she,
is a lot.
10 gold's a lot.
Can-
That's
can-
like
yeah.
$1,000. Like that's a pretty good amount of money.
I'm like, can she be bribed? That's my sense.
For reference, I mean that dude paid you like what was the real world equivalent of like $500 or $600 for that painting. Like the 10 gold's a lot of money.
And I was
It's,
like,
it's
what's-
really easy to lose track of the scale of money in Pathfinder
Oh my
because
gosh.
as the player characters, you end up being exorbitantly wealthy.
60,000 gold.
What this
pieces
could
at
be,
some
yeah.
point.
But like 10 gold is like a year's salary for a farmer. That's a lot of money.
You could pay for a mercenary to go against Melisande.
How about
I
you,
think I would
Marius?
also be keeping track of surroundings, kind of looking up.
Okay, so I'll give you scouting. You're
Yeah.
you're keeping your eye in case something goes wrong. So give me your sense motive as well, easy, and we'll throw one for Cammy back here. What's your perception modifier?
It's a plus 11. Perception? Yes.
Okay.
Oh, 14 plus 12. Because it's perception, right? For
Yeah.
sense motive?
Yep, it's just perception for sense
So
motive.
26.
While you're
24.
listening to her, she seems absolutely exasperated's not really the right word. She's just so exhausted that she clearly is not really engaged with this conversation very much. This is very much retail face. Please let me give you what you need and leave. Get out of here. I don't want to have to deal with this. But you don't pick up anything that's like an obvious tell that she's lying or anything. Seems sincere. Cammy, you heard the same thing back at the Sleepless Agency that these guys did. That their hold up, that was more. It sounded like it was more of a strike from them not being paid, and that does not really mesh with what this lady's telling you. So you got the red flags and the sirens are going off in Cammy's head here. This is you do not trust this lady.
So can I jingle the bag of 10 gold and be like, all right. To be honest, we're here from the Sleepless Agents. We heard that y'all haven't been paid in a while, and we could fix that. We have some... We want to help, is what we're saying.
Look, as much as I appreciate a good bribe as next to the next lad, but
Consider
I-
a donation to the troops.
It's not so much a bribe if we bring it on behalf of the Count now, is it?
Yeah.
are you on behalf of the Count
Yeah, we still
Because to my understanding, the Count's not even here. The Magistrate's left town on whatever his business, and the Count's left town on whatever his business, and they've just left us more or less high and dry here. So I'm sorry.
I'm gonna lie to her. So,
You don't recognize me at the very least. One of the Count's enforcers. Town's in shambles. Of course we want to pay you.
You are quite a recognizable fellow, and I mean, I feel like I've seen you around town some before, but I mean, that's about as much as I know.
If I want to pay you to protect the town on behalf of the Count, what's your reason not to take the money?
I don't know, 3-4 weeks of back pay, orders from the magistrate, my living.
How much
Like-
is it?
Yeah, how
For
much?
the
Total.
dozen, we got 14 men here. It'd be, what, like 155 gold pieces? It's near a month's pay for almost the whole of the staff. We've lost the Black Arm Company. The mercenaries have all defected. It's just us trying to keep this together. Look, I'm sorry. This isn't your problem. I don't mean to make it your problem. But if you came from the Sleepless Agency, maybe you should ask them for help. They're in a better position for it.
This 10 gold was just pocket change that I was carrying with me. We could do 100. And what I'm saying is, the chain of command, Klaus is gone. It goes to Melisson, her seneschal, who we know.
Our chain of command goes to the magistrate.
Who's not here.
But his were the last orders to stay in this fortress while he was
Are
gone.
you? You realize that the town's probably in danger, right? Melison's betrayed everyone. They're doing some sort of weird ritual at the.
They're summoning monsters.
They're summoning monsters. We're trying to figure out. We need to talk to who's in charge. Who's in charge?
At the moment, me.
Oh, cool.
I'm Sergeant Barrow and Cecil, man-at-arms to the fort.
Yes, so we're planning on going up the hill, the mansion, the Count's home, and kicking in the door. Because they've almost killed us, killed Cammy like 5 times now. Easy was almost killed last night.
Yeah. I just showed it.
And honestly, I don't even know what we're doing at this point.
Well, while I would express to the fullest extent of my being that you definitely shouldn't do that, as long as our standing orders from the mayor are to stay here.
Screw the mayor.
The Count's the one that signs his check, and the mayor's the one that signs ours.
Don't
He
you have
hasn't done it
family in this
recently.
town?
What if you do a coup, a military
Look.
coup?
Didn't you just say he wasn't signing the check? As in you don't want to work because you're not getting paid.
Yeah,
Then we can pay
unpaid.
you so you don't want to work. So what's the deal?
It's the long-term thing. Yes, whatever has happened between the magistrate and the Count, where both of them have left at the same time on whatever business, and neither are around to pay our stipends, sucks. I'm not gonna lie to you, it sucks. But it's bad now. A career is much longer than that, and not something that I or any of the men are willing to throw away.
Well, I don't think you have much of a guarantee of a career in this town much longer.
Look, when the magistrate returns from his business,
If
What's his business?
I don't know.
No one
know
knows
the
where he went.
specificity of what they do. We know it'd be long-term enough that he told us to hold the forts, and then the Count was supposed to be in charge of the payments, and then, somewhat unsurprisingly, I suppose, Count Miles the Fourth up and left as well. That's kind of the thing that he does. He's...
An idiot.
he's dumb.
I didn't say it.
You can say it if you
can't
won't. We won't tell him.
But, again, I'm sorry. I would recommend you... If you're looking for Lady Winter or anything else, maybe the Sleepless Agency can help you. There's nothing I can do. Good day.
Whoa.
Would you
She
rather
shuts the
some
thing.
gold or no gold?
All right, cool. Now then, what do you guys think?
What was her?
She's a peach.
The whole reason we're here was to try and get the guards to help the town because currently the Sleepless Agency can't keep up with everything that's needed.
Because everything
And
is
then
going
Winter
wrong.
was coming to check this out the previous day. I think a full day, almost a day and a half at this point.
Well, we were at
But
Old
we
Chapel.
haven't. Yeah, while we were in Old Chapel, and we haven't heard anything from Winter since then. And this was her last known location, so that's pretty much all we have.
None of what the sergeant is saying makes sense.
I'm inclined to believe her, but it doesn't add up.
It doesn't add up?
I don't know.
You're not gonna work, so you're not getting paid. Well, we can pay you. Now you don't want to work. What do
Did
you
we
want?
see anything strange going on during that conversation?
Not really. The rain's picked up a little bit, so it's noticeable drops now, but still pretty light. The slot is narrow enough, and with Sergeant Cecil right in front of it, you can't really make anything out of the room behind her. Nothing happened around you.
12 people can't keep this entire place running.
Right. What do you want to do?
Break in.
Cool. Same.
Okay, it is a
Oh.
castle. And it's a very large structure built explicitly to prevent
If there's
that.
12 people, they cannot cover everything.
That's true, but what's your plan?
We're working on
We're
that.
trying to get them
Okay,
to work
fair enough.
with us.
Right now we have a goal. All
Yeah,
right.
we have just achieved the goal.
Fair enough.
Are we storming the castle?
You're still in the
Wait,
castle.
I know one of the best things to do to motivate workers. Can we give them a taco party?
I ate all
We
of
ate all the
them.
taucos.
Can we get more?
Yeah, that motivates.
Is there like a
workers
Papa
very well.
John's in town?
Ew.
We're just gonna
I
canonically
never
fill
feel-
Thrushmoor with fast food.
I never feel more demotivated when they throw us a pizza party and it's like Domino's.
Okay,
Just step up for like the local pizza place.
dude, Domino's is like the best of the
No.
traditional I can call and order pizzas food chains.
I'm inclined to agree.
What's
Yeah,
what's above
also, I'm with
Domino's?
that.
I mean, I think Little Caesars is better, but like that's not a you can't really just like call them and get a
Little
bunch of-
Caesars is I want trash that's cheap
It's delicious
and
trash.
it
though.
fills. Yeah, it's
I'd
good.
rather
Tangent.
Yeah, this
We're
is
storming the
pre-show.
castle.
There's
We're gonna
a
get lost in the
Little
literal
Caesars
sauce.
sponsorship we'll never get.
I've never actually
Dude, I eat
sieged-
Little Caesars like once a week. It's so
Yeah,
cheap.
maybe
It's
bad
so
now.
good.
Okay. I've never
knock
actually
again.
sieged a castle before. Do you have like a battering ram? Do we climb the wall? What's
Lore
happening?
warfare.
I
Okay,
feel like
I-
we've all been hurt so much that this seems like a very bad idea.
No.
Lore warfare to have a good plan to get in.
12v5 is good odds.
Lore your warfare.
I'm re-rolling that. It's a 4.
Use the 20 I gave you
0
earlier.
point your lore warfare. Okay.
Roll 20.
Come on.
So that is a 23 to know about castle
Okay.
defenses.
So, I'm gonna level with you, Chief. It's a castle. Its entire God-given purpose is to prevent people from doing the thing that you want to do. That's why the building exists.
Yes.
Something tells me he doesn't want us to go in there.
I offered them.
We've made our
1,000
choice
gold.
already.
So you have like 3 options. 3 options I can think of.
Over the wall, through the door.
Those are the main 2, and then one of them is just kind of a subset of through the door, which is just through the wall, which is through the door but worse. So like
Kool-Aid Man it.
I don't have any other ideas on how you would get into a castle that's not letting you in.
I have
You
a
would know
really
with lore
good
warfare that it would not be uncommon for a fortress to have an escape route of some kind, which would be some kind of a tunnel connected to the interior through which like persons of interest could be evacuated to somewhere else. That would be something small enough that you definitely couldn't march an army through, but you could get a small group through. That said, there's like no conceivable way you would be able to find where it lets out to.
How close are we to the water?
You are the full width of the city from the water.
So it's
'cause
not gonna let out beside the lake.
I mean, that's probably true. I mean, but since you're on the edge of town here, you are a solid quarter-mile from the shore itself. It's the full width of Thrushmoor.
I was just
You're-
thinking like an easy escape route would be some kind of cave.
Yeah, you're kind of like at a hill that leads out into like the woods and fields around Thrushmoor, and it's pretty rugged, fairly
No obvious.
uneven terrain out there. Yeah, I mean, these escape routes can be miles long because the point is to deposit whoever's going through it far enough away they're safe
that
from the
counts too lazy
attacking
for that.
army. So like, yeah, even if there is one, there's like you would need to know. You'd need like insider knowledge. Like it's like not realistic that you would just stumble
There's
upon
no
the other end of it.
buildings anywhere nearby, either houses or anything.
Not really, because it's up kind of on a hill by itself. It's not like super removed from town. It's not at a great distance. So like down the slope of the hill from the castle would be Thrushmoor, would be buildings and storefronts and things. Like 50 yards out. There's not like a big dead zone. Thrushmoor kind of grew up to the base of the hill, more or less.
I mean, I know a way to get
Can we
in.
scale?
I don't know if you'd let the lower warfare be good enough for this. I guess this is a question of, is gunpowder just a thing you can go buy?
Gunpowder's the thing that there is, yeah.
Okay.
We could buy
Blow your way in.
Well, you see, normally the reason you can't just stack a few kegs of powder in front of the door and blow it up
It's because there's an army
is because
stopping you from doing that.
there's guards in an army stopping
It's
you from
accurate.
doing that.
There's no one stopping.
There's
us.
no one stopping me from going and getting like 3 or 4 kegs of gunpowder, putting them in front of the door, and blowing up the door.
I think Bang Bang can help us make this door go bang bang.
How is this going to convince the guards to help us, though?
It's
This
going
is-
to convince them that we mean
At this
business.
point, it's finding Winter.
At this
The only
point.
non-destructive ways into the castle I can think of would be up the walls or through an escape route if there
How
was one.
Cool.
High
Let's
is
try
the-
up the wall.
Yeah, can we scale the wall?
Yeah.
With like rope and.
I mean, so similar to blowing up the door, you have crenellations that you could certainly like theoretically throw a grappling hook into, and there's normally the problem with that is the army that's on the wall.
there's
So
no
when
army.
there's not an army on the wall, I guess there's nothing really stopping you from doing that either.
Two more things.
Please,
All right.
If we're trying to find Winter,
frantically flipping through this.
I know what that is.
have we considered if there are buildings at the base of the hill? Have we considered asking if anybody has seen her, like leaving the fortress, if she was supposed to have been coming here, or if she even came? And number 2, we could like try to find a way to wait for the night, because if they're not sleeping, then we might be able to see what's keeping them awake.
Well, to answer your first question, I've just come to the assumption that Winter is in there, and that they're probably working with Millicent.
I don't want to go in the castle if they're working with Millicent.
I think a lot of people in this town are working with Malevolence.
We were working with Mouse.
We were working with Malevolence at some point.
It was us the whole time.
To answer the second question, I have already forgotten what you asked.
I mean, it seems like they're not getting any sleep. So if we took a night to try to keep watch or something, we might see why they're not getting any sleep,
We can do that.
But it's raining outside.
and also get
Oh
see
my
if
God,
maybe
easy.
somebody's delivering stuff and they open the door every once
I
in a
can
while.
answer both of these at the same time. We watch from the top of the walls after we climb them
Oh
tonight.
my God.
Or we blow up the door.
No,
Climbing up covertly is okay. It's slightly
Allowed
better in my
entrance.
opinion than blowing up the door.
What? Can I get the
This isn't
gunpowder?
even Marius, it's just Marcus. He's like, what the? Hold on, what the
Just in
hell is
case.
wrong with you people?
All right. How tall are these walls?
Probably
30
about
feet?
25 feet.
25 feet?
So, because it's not like a super massive castle,
Yeah.
it's a Thrushmoor castle.
That's easy.
If we had
But they're-
5 pounds of force, we could lift our way up.
I know a guy.
This is the Unseen Servant episode.
All right. Cool.
Okay,
Yeah,
then
that's the
we're
plan.
doing a stakeout.
We're scaling the wall.
So it is
Do
at
we
this
just
point
want to get a
probably like
ladder?
10 in the morning. The sun
Yeah,
is
no.
up. You are just you're probably visible from like all of Thrushmoor right here
That's
on the
fine.
road. in
Yeah.
front
You
of
know
us.
what
are
we
they gonna
never
do?
did?
I would imagine
Was-
we're talking about this as we're just walking back to
We're gonna
town.
go
Are
in
you?
front
of the door.
We're gonna go get
We don't have
materials.
anything
Thought
we
you
need.
guys were still just kind
Here's
of
the
like
thing.
on the hill.
We never took those shrooms.
So
That's
anyways,
going to make climbing the
We
wall
could
even
go
easier.
back. Yeah.
So we're gonna go get the material, build a ladder.
We just buy a ladder.
25-foot tall ladder.
Yeah, see
Yeah.
ladder. Yeah.
You
they
guys
saw
got
that.
these siege ladders for
Wait,
no
wait.
particular reason.
We're going to Bang Bangs. Going to Bang Bangs.
Bang Bangs has
Bang Bangs
Gunpowder!
has it all. Or we can just throw Cammy up.
Yeah.
We don't have a grappling hook, so we just tie her up to Cammy, throw her
Bang
up
bangs it is, I guess. It's not far from here. The smithy would be one of the closer buildings. It's on the northern fringe of town. As you guys have this conversation, you make your way over through this gentle rain to Bang Bang Smithy. Pushing the now functional door in and stepping
you.
inside.
I feel like maybe you guys were in this island for a reason.
It's called amnesia.
there. Look, there's a problem in front of me, and I have multiple solutions.
It's either
One of which is very violent. One of which
the
is
literal
non-violent.
ghoul is the moral high ground right now. What's happening?
It's either
I took the moral high ground and tried to pay them.
We're
And
staking
now you're trying to
out.
get the literal
it's,
high ground.
It's either get into the castle or go straight to the hill, go straight to the mansion, knock on the door, and demand Malevolence step out so I can kill her?
You step into Bang Bang Smithy, where the goblin inside his little building is working at his forge right now with his little interior anvil with a mallet that's about as big as he is and just a big flat square block of steel on the top of it, just blasting away at something he has on a little anvil. Something that looks like a curved, like almost serpentine little scimitar of some kind. The door opens and the group of you step inside. He doesn't notice. He's got humongous goggles over the entire top half of his face with lenses that look almost completely blacked out and soot covering most of his body as he just whacks away his whole body, his feet bouncing off of the ground with each swing of this from how much force he's trying to put behind it.
Bang bang!
You broke Bang Bang's door!
I fixed the door.
Bang Bang can't hear customers come in anymore!
It's too quiet.
All right, cool. He said I could go over and break it again.
No, well, we can install a bell. You can make a bell.
Actually, his door was a very good safety feature, too.
Bang Bang did not need bell. Bang Bang had loud door. Bang Bang liked loud door. It was nice.
Bang bang.
It's loud
I
again.
need two
You filter
things.
weak customers. They get stuck and not come inside.
You got a siege ladder?
You got a 20-foot tall ladder.
Yeah, I need a ladder that's about 10 U's tall. Or I need a couple barrels of gunpowder.
Bang Bang doesn't have either of these things.
Make
What do you
one.
think
Foot
Smith
ladder
do?
and one.
Make one.
With metal?
You're a very
Yeah.
good smith. I figured you could do anything.
20-foot ladder would take days and dozens of pounds of raw metal. It would be huge.
I imagine you start your fire with some alchemist fire, so you have some tools to start your forge.
Have
or
you
something.
heard of wood?
Yep. Okay. You know what you can make a ladder out of too, right?
What?
Wood.
I'm a smithy.
What about a grappling?
Bang 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 Bang.
What is
bang,
wood?
Bang Bang,
bang, a
not saw
ladder.
saw or chop chop.
Bang
What is-
bang a ladder.
What is wood if not nature's metal?
What do you need
It's made of wood.
what about-
20 to 30-foot ladder for? You were not in agreement.
We're building a house.
Personal project.
It's 2 stories.
We're sieging a castle.
There's a torch that burned out. We really need to replace it.
Honestly, no one will believe this person.
Really tall light bulb.
You know, we could just probably go take one of the ladders from.
Why do you
the
keep coming back
chapel.
to Bang Bang shop every time you want thing that's not thing Bang Bang do?
Because you're a
We-
good person to pay.
We don't have any other friends.
You don't have Bang Bang as friend.
What?
But we have gold.
You're breaking all of our hearts today.
I'm gonna pretend that you didn't say that.
You see his face kind of narrow, and he grabs the goggles and moves them up so you can see his little eyes narrowed.
I grabbed Easy's coin purse
Just
and
a
jangled
two
it.
perfectly round circles, space and the soot around his eyeballs. He looks at you.
We're your best paying customers right now.
Let's take a reverse raccoon.
He is Bang Bang's best paying customer. The rest of you just here.
I
will
for
just
that.
take the bag of gold.
That's easy.
That's my. Why is
Now,
everyone?
there you
Why is
go.
everyone moving my gold around?
Now
It's
I'm the
those
one
pockets.
holding
If
the
it's that
line.
easy to take from you and not your gold.
Wait, is
Dang.
Ladder. Ladder, 20-foot ladder take days. Huge project. It's so much metal. Bang Bang had to get metal. Bang Bang had to smith. Bang Bang had to make in parts.
Let me make this easier for you then. A grappling hook.
Yeah, that's metal.
Why you not just say that? Grappling hook easy. Bang Bang have one right here.
Because the ladder,
Grappling hook.
the ladder would have been easier for everyone.
How is
I
ladder
can-
easier? Grappling hook is any length of ladder.
I
Oh.
can make that work. This one can't.
She can't.
We could put her in a basket and pull her up.
Actually, I like that idea.
I got a rope
He
and a
just, Bang Bang
basket.
just kind of walks
Pull it,
over
maybe
to
two ropes.
Cammy and just holds out. Take this.
Yes.
Throw it over there. She fine.
Makes
goes
it like
like-
10 feet.
Tink. He's still doing it. She fine. It seem fine. Bang Bang no see problem.
Give me some rope and a basket then.
Bang Bang no have rope. Bang Bang smithy. Bang Bang
Basket.
sell things that are metal that he Bang Bang.
A bucket.
Bang Bang have bucket.
Perfect.
I'm pretty sure you got rope. Yeah, you usually know somebody who has rope.
This is a
I probably should have bought
translation
some of
issue.
it.
Can't make ladder, has grappling hook. No basket, but I have
We
a
got
bucket.
rope. we got rope.
And he comes back with just an iron pail. It's probably just like a 2-gallon bucket with a little squeaky handle.
You know what
I'm
that
2
fits?
gallons.
2 gallons right here.
No, it's a bucket from Gnome Depot.
Yeah.
I hate you.
Gosh
Welcome
darn it.
back.
Bang Bang thinks he knows what you want buckets for. Bang Bang not sure that works. You see, this bucket have problem, and he reaches in, just kind of pushes on the bottom of the bomb, just pops out. It's not good bucket. You just said bucket.
Doesn't need to be good.
Right, we'll get Cammy up there. It's fine.
I can just kind of like cradle myself.
This bucket more for like clams. It's a clam bucket. It's for clam fishers. Clams not weigh much. Clam weigh less
Hey,
than gnome.
hey, Bang Bang.
Give me the bucket.
Let
and
me
the
fix the
grappling
bottom
hook.
first.
Yeah.
I broke it to show you. And then takes it over back to the back and starts.
Will it still
Bang,
fall
bang.
out when he's done fixing it?
Probably. But at least it attached for now.
You know,
I'm just going.
well, you know what's way easier to hold on to than a rope?
Oh gosh.
The edges of a bucket.
Yeah, man.
A couple of minutes of whacking away with a smaller hammer later, Bang Bang brings it back. The bottom of the bucket kind of like quite literally just sort of folded around the bottom of the bucket that's just sitting awkwardly on it. Not really even. Bucket.
Perfect.
Take those. Hand him a gold.
It's gold. And he gives you the grappling hook. What?
Rope ladder.
Oh.
How are you gonna get the ropes up?
Wait.
no
He's
metal.
Bang
Don't have
Bang
Bang.
Bang
metal.
have idea. Two grappling hook.
Oh.
He also
Either way,
pulls
that's-
another one out of a pile.
We're not paying for a second grappling
No, we're
hook.
fine with the one in the bucket.
How you get other side of ladder up?
We're not doing a rope ladder. I take
Hand you
his-
back the bag of
I
money.
take the.
How are you
and I
gonna get
hand
to
it
the top
back
of your
to
house
Easy.
or
It's
castle
9
or
gold
whatever?
now.
A house.
Who said
it's
anything about a
just
castle?
house.
He said thing about castle.
Oh, he did, didn't he?
He's a very creative one.
He's very imaginative.
You
working
need
on a
second
sword.
grappling hook.
I'm in a.
No.
self-
Just need the one.
Second
the
gold grappling hook. A good deal.
Just the
No.
one.
I'll
can
take
throw it
one.
in.
Why not? Let's just have an extra.
No.
It's a buy two,
no.
get two.
Yeah.
No.
Sure, I'll give you a money.
A gold piece is a freaking exorbitant amount of money for a single grappling hook.
Absolutely not, Bang Bang.
No, that's
See,
the
Marius gave him a gold
I
piece.
pay Bang
He
Bang
hands him
very
the
well to
grappling
make
hook.
him stop asking.
With a rope.
This is such
No
a
rope.
scary
doesn't have any rope.
campaign.
rope.
We have to go
Okay.
get the rope.
We
For
have
2
rope.
gold. Bang Bang give you Bang
Rope.
Bang's rope. It old, but it should work.
No.
Ignore smell.
No.
What are you doing with this?
Why can't we have his rope?
And he waddles into the back, around the corner, back into his little working area. And you hear him rustling. You hear metal getting shoved aside and scraping and things tumbling around. And he comes back out, dragging a rope that's looped a couple of times around his arm, and about 30 more feet of it just kind of like dragging behind him as he comes out. Your rope. Ignore smell.
Fine.
Wait 1 second.
The smell is
Just grab
pickles.
pull.
Bang Bang
Pull
swear
off.
it's just pickles.
Yeah, just give it like the both of us.
It does
pulling on
seem pretty sturdy.
Okay.
It's a little.
It's just smelling.
it smells a little.
Smelly.
Oh, it's
Pickly.
very smelly
That's
to
good.
her.
This whole.
Here you go, Cammy. You can hold the rope.
Okay.
This way Bang Bang like you. You know how to buy your way into Bang Bang's heart.
You hate him.
Oh wow.
Hey, Bang Bang do hate him, but Bang Bang like his money. He bring Bang Bang lots of money.
We keep doing good work. All right.
Oh, he not good. Bang Bang just it worked.
That's good
But
work.
that's what he need. He need thing that work. He don't need thing that
Exactly.
good or thing that pretty. He need thing that work. He understand. They like him. He's not good. And he not pretty, but he work. He's like Bang Bang.
Exactly. Simple and effective.
He is not good.
He understand Bang Bang.
Okay. I want to go.
Yeah, same.
Do we go right now?
Say why? Well, something wrong with Bang Bang?
No,
No.
we got what we needed. We got to go do business.
You should,
We have to build a house
You
by
should-
sundown.
Yeah. We have to scale a house.
Okay.
Yeah.
He makes enough money by us. He doesn't.
He just
care.
goes back over to his anvil and picks up his comically large mallet.
Wait,
Bang
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 Bang.
have work anyway.
You should invest in gunpowder. Boom boom. I don't know.
That's Bang Bang's cousin, probably.
Yeah.
Bang Bang feel like Boom Boom could still just be Bang Bang.
True.
Bang Bang some gun make.
Exactly.
It can still be Bang Bang.
We'll buy if you have bombs.
All right, I'm leaving.
Okay.
Come on, Cammy. That's
Bang
kind
Bang
of.
gonna have to experiment.
All right. Well, let's
Bang
just
Bang
sit on
knows how
that.
to
ushering
use gun
We're
gonna
hand
come
out
back
of
and
the-
he's
Acquired
a-
a new business model.
He's gonna
Investing
have
in the
like
future.
goblin
You would buy
firearms.
gunpowders?
I would buy a lot.
You would buy gunpowder?
We just left. Easy just left in there with him.
I heard gunpowder.
I'm gonna leave one extra gold deposit. This is an investment. This is me buying a share of Bang Bang's Boom Boom. All right. See ya.
Bang Bang no understand.
Oh,
But
it's-
take gold. Thank you. He just shoves it in a
yeah,
pocket.
I just
of
write a
apron.
paper
This
certificate.
is the
stock.
episode where the party discovered what money is.
Do we want to go back right now?
How it's
No, we
better
can
than
kill some
anything
The
on
secret
the
ingredient
sheet.
is just to pay everybody. Problem solved.
We can kill some time.
It
Then-
is still this. I imagine probably not a project you want to do at noon, but
No,
like
I mean, I don't care.
I'm gonna actually take the rope. Thank you, Jamie. Find a nice quiet place to sit, kill some time, and tie knots into the rope.
Probably smart.
Yeah.
If it's something that Cammy has any chance of being able to climb up.
That's me
You
climbing.
don't have the climbing ability of.
Maybe ideally within
Huh?
What are we calling this new lizard?
Greenie.
Greenie.
There's
Mia.
Pinky, Blue, Greenie.
Naming him like Pac-Man Ghost. Okay, I dig it.
Yeah. It calls him like I season.
When would you be going back up to the fortress? Near sundown, I imagine.
Near
Sometime
sundown,
when it's starting to get a
probably.
little darker. People are starting to retire. There's less eyes around Thrushmoor. The group of you spend a day in Thrushmoor. Probably a little on edge after your encounter with Reese so spontaneously appearing out of absolutely nowhere the afternoon before, the evening before. But nothing happening to you. Nothing out of the ordinary. As strange and uncomfortable as it may be, as worried as you might be that they're going to come back to finish the job, always glancing over your shoulder, nothing happens. The day passes, the sun moves across the sky, and as it lowers down towards the horizon, you make your way back up to Fort Halicourse with Bang Bang's grappling hook and a knotted section of Bang Bang's rope.
Were we near the park or High Market at all in that point?
It's your day. You do whatever you want.
Because I do need
You got
another
a whole day.
violin, right? I don't have my violin.
Maybe a new
Or
shirt.
did I?
You
said I
would
did-
not have found it, no.
Can I just buy one from Marley?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, at this point,
Borrow a
honestly, did you have a spare?
It's in the house. I don't want to go back there though.
It's in the cave. They brought it to the cave.
Yeah, we took
Oh, you
all
brought it to
the-
the cave?
Yeah.
They brought
so
everything.
we
They
could've
grabbed
just gone
everything.
back up to the
Down.
cave.
Yeah.
So did you bring it back
No.
when you visit?
We didn't think we were going to see you again.
We would have to go back to the cave and get it, but like that's just a thing.
Well, I'm
we
just
could
spending
do.
a lot of money. I'm in a self-destructive phase. I'll buy another one. I'm just.
It's a
I don't
new
know how
shiny
long I'm
toy.
going to be alive or how long this money
Impulse
will
Treat
last.
yourself.
It's
Easy.
impulse buying.
Buy a fourth violin.
It's his money. He specifically stated he wanted that money
Man's
to
gonna start his
himself.
own violin emporium. And that's like,
What's going on?
this
Oh,
dude
I need
is-
to
The breakup was messy.
Oh
This
my
would be the
gosh.
last violin this guy has. He sells instruments. He doesn't just have a rack of 20 violins on the wall. He had two.
Why doesn't he just carry a line of Stradivarius? You know?
Because that man has not been born yet. So probably, I don't know the relative. I mean, honestly, he probably has relative time scale on Earth. This was like what 10 years ago compared to our time. But he's on a different planet that's very far away from Galarian.
While you're there, you should just, and spending money, you should just pre-order 2 more. It's like,
Get the pre-order bonus.
Yeah, comes with an extra bow.
string.
No, it comes with a cool skin for the bow.
You get the gold skin violin. It's got the tiger camo. We're doing it. The tears are from fear, not laughter. Look, last time you guys felt like this, I threw Reese at you. So I mean,
Yeah.
just keep that one back burner. Also, we're about to break into a castle, so
It's not
Marius is still
breaking
seriously
in.
considering just running back out into the forest.
he's like, I don't want to be a part of this party anymore. These guys, I don't know what happened the last 3 days, but they went insane.
You've always been there.
Yeah.
Well, we
We're
have a
doing
goal,
it.
and
We're
anyone
doing
could be
your
our enemy.
plan. You wanted to stake out.
Yeah, we wanted to blow it up.
We're
way.
holding back
Fair
right
enough. We
now.
are
Immediate
including elements of your plan.
Solution is crime.
You make your way back up to Fort House, of course. If you're going to scale the walls, let me give you a little bit of a description of kind of just like the shape of the building.
Square.
It's not really, because most of the time you don't have the luxury of just building a square keep on flat ground in the era where it was not easy to terraform things. The castle's been here a long time. Fort Halicourse has been here since well before the Thrushmoor vanishing. This
I
was an
would dare
original
say
part of this area.
It is easier for them to terraform when they have magic.
Accurate.
You had to find
That
high level.
requires a wizard that's like,
Wants to
Ready
do
to
work
do
like
it,
that.
yeah.
He wants to work at a
Incredibly
construction
strong
company.
wizard.
the fort itself is kind of two halves. There's the main gate with 2 of these crenellated towers flanking it on either side in the main road. And then there's the, if you go to your left of the gate, around clockwise, there's the hill that leads down to the nearby buildings, Bang Bang Smithy not really being far from that, where there is a 3rd tower, a 4th tower at the back corner, and then a 5th tower pretty much straight back in line with where the gate is. It's not perfectly square. The wall kind of like janks its way around and then pulls itself back in, and to the right of the main door is, it doesn't have like a separate central keep. It's not big enough to have outer walls and an independent building in the middle. The keep is the right half of the fortress. It still is the same level with the rest of the battlements, but there's no towers punctuating anything on the right side. It's just crenellated ramparts going all the way around.
Well, you know where we're climbing up then.
I don't.
Right where the keep is.
Fair enough. You would have...
Because it's on the side away from town, so even curious eyes.
It's kind of like... Thrushmoor is kind of like a bean, and Fort Hall, of course, is like right there.
Oh,
So the whole,
so it
like-
doesn't matter.
I mean, you could go behind it. You could go all the way around to the backside of the fortress, and either the backside of the keep or behind the towers on the other side, and climb up over there. That's perfectly viable.
I'd say backside of the keep sounds
I
like the
kind
best
of
place.
assume you're going to climb the back.
Yeah. No, right in front of the front door.
Just put a rope right in front of that little sliding viewport
And
thing
then knock and start climbing.
Knock twice.
Wait for her to open the thing and just feed the bottom of the rope.
Hey, could you hold this for me?
Come on, let's please. Can you keep this taut? She has a hard time climbing.
Oh.
But you make your way around to the back side of this, and I guess, yeah, are you going up behind the keep? You have the right side of it is a big sort of rounded, bowed, like concave area, which then juts out a little bit before the walls and the towers wrap around the other side. If you want to go on the north end of the keep, you could certainly do that.
I mean, behind the keep sounds like the best bet to me, just because then we have the keep right there if we want easy access to it.
And this is your plan.
I don't even know who I am anymore.
Same.
Didn't know who I was a week ago
You
either.
guys are something. That's for sure.
Are we doing it, AJ?
Definitely doing something. So, behind the fort, the first order of business is getting a grappling hook hooked up there and secure enough that the group of you can climb up it. Cammy's ability to climb is relevant if you don't have
Bucket.
something taut. Bucket.
Tie bucket to bottom of rope.
Okay.
Cammy is
go.
last up. Cammy sits in bucket. Pull bucket up.
I still need like a
We need to throw.
Well, yeah.
ranged attack roll or something.
Yeah,
to throw the
I
grappling hook up there.
Go for it.
You're gonna do great.
You're the best at this.
So it'd just be plus 10. 16.
16. You toss the grappling hook and throw it. It's a pretty decent distance. It's pretty tall. In your first attempt, the hook goes up. You try not to throw this thing into space, but you underjudge it a little bit, and it hits, and you hear the metal clatter against the stone as the hook tumbles back down to the ground.
Take a toss at it. Let's just take turns.
I will
And I should
aid.
also probably try it.
We're just gonna take turns. We're out back throwing horseshoes, baby.
I don't
We have
make it
two of them,
worse.
so we can both be trying.
17 total. All right, MD takes it and throws it up and over, and it loops right over one of the main crenellations. You pull it back, and the hook just hits and dinks and catches and flops back over, falling back to the ground behind it.
Round
Can I
3.
throw it?
Go
Anybody
for
can
it.
Throw it.
Yeah, I rolled a dirty 18 or an 18.
That totally went up.
16, 17.
We're getting better.
18.
We're getting closer.
I assume this roll. Is
19.
Are you serious?
That's a 19.
You know what? Screw it. A 19 gets it. So
I did it!
I assumed the roll was a formality. But having taken a few attempts to get this up there, it is a metal hook up into stone ramparts. This has not made no noise. From the ground, and especially with the sun setting, you can definitely see the torchlight still up there. If there is anyone in the towers or up on the ramparts, after 3 attempts before you finally got it, they almost certainly would have heard something.
Yeah.
But Cammy's throw, the rope slots right down an arrow slit. The hooks catch on either side of it. Trey gives it a couple of tugs. It seems secure.
I'm going straight up.
Trey first. Marius
enough.
second. Easy third.
Now, with no actual pressure here, you have all the time in the world to do this, and you have an entire party helping each other climb a knotted rope. I'm not going to make you guys roll athletics checks for this. You'll get up there.
Excellent. I don't.
Except Cammy. No, you run.
I don't wanna.
You have 4 people to help you get
We
up
have a
this rope.
bucket
Yeah,
specifically
and you have the
for you
bucket.
to sit
And at
in.
the end, you haul the rope up with Cammy just kind of clinging to it, 1 foot in the little bucket, just trying to stay stable as you pull up your catch and haul her up onto the walls. As you pull her up, Trey, I imagine, is pulling, leaving MD, Marius, and Easy having just gotten up on the ramparts. What are you 3 doing? Their exploration activities are get on the ramparts. What are you 3 doing?
Keeping a lookout.
Keep a look at.
Yeah, I'm also just making sure
So
Cammy doesn't fall.
Eyes open.
is it seeking or scouting eyes open?
I'll be scouting.
Scouting?
Eyes open.
What's the difference?
Scouting is the bonus to initiative. If a fight starts, it doesn't stack. Seeking is the perception check if there's something to see.
Seeking.
And you would be seeking
Yeah.
as well. 2 seekers, only a perception check real quick.
Uh-oh.
All the ballistas are strangely pointed in our direction.
What do I see?
Did you roll nat 20?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's 32.
I rolled a natural 1.
Did you really?
You're still like, this is
Marius
a bad
is
idea.
looking over the edge. He's watching Cammy get pulled up. He's just distracted.
We learned today Marius has a fear of heights.
Oh, gosh.
He's hyperventilating in the corner, trying to kind of.
And it's like, why am I here? Why am I
You're
doing this?
hyperventilating.
We're attacking a castle.
And I'm
As you get
hyper
up
vigilant in the other corner.
on top of the ramparts.
Investigating.
You can see a couple of things. The ramparts are fairly wide, and one kind of contiguous walkway that wraps all the way around the building. The width of these
Whoa.
towers is not so much that it supersedes the entirety of the ramparts. You can walk behind them and keep going around. There's also 2 other structures that are built up and out from this rampart rooftop. One a little bit above the keep that looks like it's 2 more stories above the castle down below, and one more towards the southern end that's a single building. Both of these are wooden extensions built up from the ramparts. You can see down into the central courtyard of Fort Halicourse down below you. And perhaps the distraction that Marius would be seeing here as you peer down to the courtyard. In addition to a stairwell on the far side that looks like it leads straight down, there is a dry fountain sitting in the middle. But what you notice is that the insides of the wall at the ground level are almost one contiguous, unbroken yellow chalk cityscape fresco.
Oh boy.
Going almost all the way around what you can see of that wall down below at the ground level. Easy. With your 20, you would see a couple of other things. You waited until the sun was setting for the cover of the early nightfall and the very end of sunset here for a reason. You don't want anyone to see you guys getting up here. It does kind of work both ways, and you are the one that does not have the dark vision. However, the sun has not got down fully yet. There is still that last little bit of sunlight illuminating the ramparts here, and you see 2 strange shapes on the ramparts with you. You almost don't even notice them at first because they just kind of look like a shadow. It looks like a shadow being cast by one of the towers, or maybe just like some refuse that was left up on the ramparts. But they're fairly large. There's one of them past this nearest tower on your right on the very north end of the battlement. And there's one just above the keep, south of that little 2-story building. But you notice these shapes are slowly, gently moving, and they look like an amorphous pile of pitch black sludge. Just slowly kind of oozing their way around.
Towards us or just
The one
around?
nearest this tower is coming towards you. It's not coming fast. It's just kind of working its way around.
And just nudge Trey.
About that point, yeah. About then Trey's getting Cammy, helping you up, getting you over the rampart.
Getting
here.
out of my bucket.
Don't freak out, but
And he would point out this.
It's
blob
moving really slowly.
here. Now that you're up in the ramparts, what are you 2 doing?
I'm going to quickly, just kind of same as I did before, just kind of, and I'm going to cast light on my bow. No dim light.
Recalling knowledge.
just enough to see.
You cast this light spell up on your bow, and this light radiates out. It's not super bright or anything, but illuminating the area around you. You immediately see this ooze coming around the tower, kind of pull together and rise up. It's still some like 20 feet from any of you, and it stops moving and pulls all of its mass. It even kind of narrows out to a big bulbous wad at the top. And it compresses, and you hear a sound emanate out from it. audible rumbling across the ramparts, this deep, low tone. And as it does, you see the ooze at the far end, in response, pull itself up and start doing the same thing.
You guys want to go back down?
Can I counter performance? Just interrupt their
Can you?
What? No,
I just want
What
to
do you-
stop them from talking.
you could counter performance it. It's an
What do you-
auditory effect.
What do you counter performancing? It's making noise.
That's
I'm
the
just trying to
alarm
throw
It's
them
not
off.
affecting you. I mean, you can. Like, you can also make noise.
I think it's an alarm system.
Yeah, I won't drown out the alarm.
Oh, it's already gone off.
Okay. Well,
I,
I don't
think
like
we
what it's
go
saying.
into.
I just wanted to see. I'm sorry.
Well, let's not stand here. Let's go.
And at that, you start to hear barely audible, what sounds like coming up the stairs of the tower next to you, the rattling of armor and the pounding of footsteps.
Is there a door?
Numerous footsteps. There looks like a door on the far back side of that
Near the,
tower.
where the blob is.
Right next to the big blob, yeah.
Cool. We go the
Which
other
is still
way.
just sitting there.
And the footsteps are coming from which
This
stair?
tower just right next to you. This
Okay.
is the one on your right.
Can I
Maybe
get
there's.
a knowledge
Jamie.
check for what the things
absolutely.
are?
What is your
Douse your
occultism?
light.
Plus 11.
I'm gonna put my light out.
These do definitely look like, at least physically, traditional oozes. Bludgeoning, good, piercing, bad. But the fact that they are seemingly working together, doing something that, as far as any of you can tell, is like a networked activity, that's odd. Oozes are like brainless. Like, they do not have thought. They are pure instinct and sludge. They are not a thing that can be controlled, but these two certainly look like they're cooperating. They're at least doing something together, whether they're two parts of one organism or whether they're oozes that have some level of sentience. You're not sure.
Jamie,
I'm
douse your
gonna snuff
light.
out my light real quick.
Come on.
This wooden structure over here.
I can't see.
Yeah, we're going towards the
Bucket
structure.
Gnome Ascend. Hypervol. A hero point
I
for Cammy.
grab Cammy.
Bucket.
Can
no.
I
We can
ask
see.
this,
It's slow light.
Ooh, surge of magic. One more time.
Is there something in this black square in the top corner?
No, it's
Okay.
just ground.
Okay.
This map space is limited.
So we're
That's a
going.
surprise tool for later.
We're going to this wooden structure to our stage right.
As you get about halfway towards that, you hear the door on this tower up above you fly open. And you hear this rattle of armor and footsteps spilling out into the ramparts. But you're moving towards it. What are you doing? You're kind of in the open here. You can try and make a break for the door. You can.
Making a break for the door.
Yeah, we're just going
I'm
to the
pulling
structure.
Cammy with me.
Yeah, I'm definitely, because I can't see
You can
very well
see.
now. I'm like,
The group of you hurry. You sprint over to this nearest door here, and you can see on the bottom level of whatever this two-story thing is. And you rush up and cast it open. I assume is what you're doing.
Yeah.
Anyway, as you throw it forth, you see an interesting little chamber. It's
Winter tied to a chair being tortured.
No, it's a very comfortable little reading room. It's furnished with a large table, a couple of chairs. There's a big standing mirror in one corner and a stairwell that clearly looks like it goes up to the upper level of whatever this small little thing is. One corner's got a nice little fireplace. There's a pile of books and folios spread about. It's a very comfortable little reading area. Interestingly, the stairs in there are going back down into the fort proper. In here does not appear to have any stairs that go into the upper level, but we would have glimpsed around the outside as you came in on the south end of the structure. There would be a separate exterior stairwell that goes up to the top.
Is the top a second level or like about like
Like a whole second level. It's like a two-story structure here.
Going in.
Yeah, going in.
The Gribby rush inside,
Close the door.
shut the door behind you. Still now hearing this echoing sound from outside as footsteps pound across the ramparts.
Can you barricade it with the desk? You just barricade the door with the desk?
Absolutely.
Okay. Quick, I can't do this.
Don't barricade it. Just go out the other door and behind it.
That's a window, I think, or a door. I don't know.
Is the other side
Yeah,
just
there was a
another
door on the far side. You can certainly
Okay.
just move across and out the back end.
Yep.
Yeah. go just out the other door and around the backside. See if we can trick them, think we went in.
Okay.
Quickly, you spill back out onto the ramparts on the backside.
But the Scooby-Doo chase.
Into a
Yeah.
very narrow section of the ramparts that runs around the backside of this building here. And as you pour out, you hear the footsteps kind of slow. You don't hear any voices. No commands, no questions, nobody attempting to hail you. It certainly sounded like the armor of soldiers or guards, decently well-equipped ones at that, but they seem to have just kind of stopped on the rampart there.
It's not too late for us to rappel back down.
Invisibility.
On
Just
you?
go around the backside.
Okay.
As you come back around here,
Yep.
into view of the ooze above the keep, you see it rotate a little bit and then continue its noise. And as it does, you hear the footsteps immediately break out into a run again.
I think we should go either upstairs or something.
All right, back in the wooden building and go downstairs.
Downstairs.
And as you step back into the wooden building, the door on the far side that you'd come in the first place flies open.
Cool.
And you see a group of figures, what looks like a half dozen knights, donned up with metal breastplates, swords in hand, light crossbows across the back of their waist, helmeted. But something is off about them. Something is very much wrong. The bottom half, their helmets are simple. They're light helms. They're not full helms covering their entire face. These guys aren't in full plate or anything like that. The skin of their face is sucked in so tightly, so gaunt, that it's almost form-fitting across the middle of their skull, the sockets of their eyes in the bottom of their jaw. Their lips so withered and withdrawn that each of the ones that you can see just have their teeth bared. Their necks, similarly, are little more than a spine and just a small mass in front of it. They're almost skeletal, but with all of their flesh pulled in, almost shrink-wrapped across whatever is underneath. The gap between their vambraces and their gauntlets shows a similar thing, just a wrist bone and nothing more. And they look across the group of you, and the one in the front raises its sword and immediately stumbles forward into the room. The rest coming in behind it as these two oozes just continue blom, out in the distance. And it is there we will end today's episode. When we come back, we are definitely rolling some initiative.
We got there.
We're definitely going to do some things.
We sieged a fort.
You're doing it. You're storming a castle. We're
storming the castle.
there's a lot of guards.
But they're funneling.
Something looks very not right about them.
I
You know
told
what's
you
real
should have
nice?
brought
What's
tacos.
real nice about this?
One at a time.
That's a flanking position. We're gonna flank and spank.
We go around the outside of the building.
No, we're gonna let them come in one by one. With,
I'll just let
I'm
them
on one
funnel
side,
in
he's
front.
on the
it's
other.
Great.
and we
No, it's great. I'm level 6, and I have level 6 rogue stuff now. Gang up.
Ooh.
Shoulder to shoulder.
You're going to get some very immediate gang up value.
Yes,
This
sir.
is, I'm pretty sure. When we come back next week, well, we don't know exactly what's going on here, but it certainly seems that some degree of our suspicions is,
We're
well,
right.
it's got merit. Things are very wrong in here.
We're always right.
We could-
They
have
don't
just
look
blown
like
the
people
door
are
open.
supposed to look, and things are going to get real handsy.
You know what I think would have been more effective?
What?
Gunpowder.
Just blast open the door and deal
Open the
with it there.
door.
No, this is
Walk
more
in
fun
that
though.
way. This gives you honestly a lot of space to work with, and you're gonna need it because that's a pretty good number of dudes, and that's just what came out of that tower. We don't even know what else is upstairs or downstairs or anywhere else throughout
I
this fort.
am prepared to burn this entire thing down.
Should have got alchemist.
We're gonna be throwing some absolute hands. That much is certain. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here, everybody. Well, that is it for us today. I have lots of good news about how much more UGT content is coming. First of all, the podcast is back. You podcast enjoyers, those of you who find it easier to download and listen to the audio version of things, I get it. It's nice. I don't really get it. I've never listened to a podcast in my life. I feel weird shilling these because I don't even feel like I understand what a podcast is. But we have one now.
Podcasts
it's literally
are for
just like the
listening.
audio version of this. That's
It's
like
for
what it
listening
is.
while you're driving.
I thought it's a pause. You just cast it out.
I'm gonna level with you guys. I feel like I'm unclear on what a podcast is, but we have one, and you can search UGT show on whatever the things that you get podcasts on are, because we're on them.
It's the
I
same
know
premise
that.
as an audiobook.
This is why I had somebody else set it up instead of me, because
It's just a show without audio. It's a recorded radio show, basically.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense, but it's like, I don't know. I'm out of this entire bubble. I don't like. Can't you just like? Is that just a YouTube video, but you just don't look at it? What's the difference?
Basically,
Less
You don't have
data.
to have the video playing.
yeah. You don't have to waste the bandwidth
I
on
listen
the
to
video
audiobooks while I drive. It's the same concept.
No peeping.
Yeah, it's
You crash. That's
Nobody
as
knows
easy as
that
it
you're
is.
a big nerd.
You can keep your big nerdery secret.
And you
That
can
was-
pre-download them. Don't have
That's
data.
nice. That's
That's
nice.
nice.
Okay, that's cool.
They
Anyway,
don't-
we have podcasts. We've also got extra show content over on the Patreon, which is simplified now. Those of you that were on the Patreon before, we just have one tier, just $5, gets you all the stuff. We do a post show after every episode. This show is a clown show of an adventure, and I'm sure the post show is going to be absolutely no different because they pretty much always are. But also, tomorrow afternoon, 4 p.m. Eastern, what would start 2 hours ago, but tomorrow, for those of you that are good at math, that's 22 hours from now, is Abomination Vaults, our newest adventure, with a lot of old faces coming back from some of our older shows. Nick's in this seat, using his gigantic brain to run an entire game. It's a masterful experience. It's a much goofier adventure so far than this. I feel like it's similar in like book presentation levels of horror, but you guys are just absolute hooligans. So it's a much more of the energy we had today than the energy we had last week. You know, lighthearted and goofy and not
Sometimes
crying.
you need a break.
We tried to do that
Today
last
was a
week.
break. Today was a break. It's not continuous incredible depression. Sometimes you get to chill a
It was
little
very
bit.
depressing for one person in particular.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's fine. I'm back in danger.
He got tacos. He's happy again.
Back to business. So
Yeah.
check them out. Thanks for being here, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. Stay safe. Stay safe.